Stop treating your home like a storage bin. Make room for living with Wilson Storage. No matter the need or budget, Wilson Storage has the solution for you. They have gated standard units and climate control units. They have security cameras, alarms on every door, and 24-hour access. You can even rent or pay your bill online. Just go to wilsonstorage.com or call 256-845-1530. Wilson Storage is family owned and been serving our community since 1988. Wilson Storage in Fort Payne.
This is Bryan, Superintendent for Fort Payne City Schools, and you're listening to Lunch with Bryan and Steve.
When you need to give something special, visit Tracy's in North Fort Payne. Beautiful floral arrangements, fresh or silk, stylish jewelry, scented candles and pampering products, cuddly stuffed animals, balloons, and candy. Tracy can help you put together the perfect gift and gourmet basket. Potted plants or hanging baskets with fresh spring flowers. At Tracy's, you're sure to find that unique gift that shows just how much you care. Tracy's is located at 2103 Galt Avenue in North Fort Payne. Open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 5 and Saturdays from 9 to noon. For every occasion, visit Tracy's full-service florist, personalized printing, and gifts. DeKalb Fix-It Appliance Warehouse is a mouthful, so Terry and Bobby have decided to drop the Fix-It and focus on giving you the best prices on new appliances. Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, Amana, LG, Samsung, GE, and more. Up to 75% off retail price on new scratched and dent appliances. And as your Electrolux and Frigidaire dealer, DeKalb Appliance Warehouse is passing on more savings to you with even more new in-box selections. Need a refrigerator? Come in today and shop our overstocked warehouse. You will not get a better deal anywhere. We guarantee to match or beat any price. In-house service available to all as well. Used appliances will now be available at our previous location on Godfrey Avenue, along with the same computer sales and repairs our customers have come to enjoy. The DeKalb Appliance Warehouse is open weekdays 9 to 5, Wednesdays and Saturdays 9 to 2, located on Airport Road in Fort Payne. With summer just around the corner, it's time to schedule your pool opening with Rawson Pools. With 30 years of experience installing, repairing, and maintaining pools, Rawson Pools is your best choice to keep that backyard getaway the envy of the neighborhood. And for all you who enjoy servicing your own pool, Rawson Pool has a supply store stocked with the highest quality products and materials to keep your pool ready for those hot summer days. Rawson Pool and Supply Store is located in Rainsville on Main Street next to Toke Restaurant. Rawson Pool and Supply Store, the pool professionals.
Do you need to declutter? Wish you could free up some valuable space at work or home? Helium Mini Storage has climate control units available, and all their units are gated for maximum protection. You can also store your stuff at home with their Four Seasons or Max Steel storage buildings for sale. Just come by Helium Mini Storage on Galt Avenue in North Fort Payne. Open Monday through Friday 9 to 4. And while you're there, be sure to check out play sets for the kids. Store your stuff with Helium Mini Storage.
This is Chris Sturra, the voice of the Fort Payne Wildcats. You're listening to Lunch with Bryan and Steve. I'd love to join them, but some of us have real jobs to get to.
So long.
Cheers.
Adios.
Bye, Felicia. Don't let the door hit you.
More and more people are saying goodbye to pests with Safe Solutions Plus LLC. And it's no wonder with their top-notch customer service, quality products, and lower prices. And now with their new website, it's never been easier to manage your pest control service with Safe Solutions Plus. Just visit sspestandtermite.com to view your billing details, make payments online, and review past services. Family-owned and operated, Safe Solutions Plus is located at 934 Main Street West in Rainsville. Call 256-638-7378. Safe Solutions Plus, protecting homes and businesses one solution at a time.
Hey, Dad. Bye.
This is WZOB Fort Payne, 100.9 FM and 1250 AM.
Yeah, we're not real professional, are we? It is 11 o'clock Central Time, Fort Payne, Alabama, and Steve's already asleep. You are listening to Lunch with Bryan and Steve, or watching on live Facebook live streaming. We hope, however you're looking or watching or seeing or hearing or any of that, we are glad that you're here. Bryan Northcutt here with Steve Chambers in studio, Holly Allen producing the show, and we've got Cindy Bynum and Tim Dobson also in the building. We've got our first guest in the building. We'll introduce them in a little bit, but let me introduce you to our show. This is our 7th episode, Lunch with Bryan and Steve. Bryan Northcutt, Steve Chambers. Thursdays, 11 to 1 on WZOB. If you're out and about in town and just want to click the radio dial over to 1250 AM or 100.9 FM. I like the 100.9 for some reason. I don't know why. I guess because my radio is always
set on FM.
On FM, so
stronger
it's just,
signal, maybe.
It's not a stronger signal.
I think it's just it's more clear.
Yeah, it's just a
AMs,
clear.
Yeah.
Frequency modulation.
That's right. Is that what it stands for? I had no idea.
Frequency
Anyway,
modulation.
So now that
sounds
Steve
right.
already talked before I introduced him, here's Steve Chambers. He's
Sorry.
in here live with us. So glad to have you guys with us. Got a great show for you today. Got Jessica Townsel will be in the second hour. She's with the Fort Payne Chamber of Commerce. First hour, we have Dr. Brett Johnson and Jami Posey with the DeKalb County Economic Development Organization, Association, Authority, something like that. I'm sure there's some kind of extra word put there on the end of that, but we got them first hour. We'll have them in studio here shortly. But it's us. So let me get back to what we're talking about. So on Facebook, we're live streaming. If you don't go to WZOB, please follow us on Facebook or like us. And then we've also got the YouTube channel that Holly has been downloading or uploading the shows to.
Right, because you can only watch the show on Facebook for 30 days, and then Facebook deletes them.
Ooh, that's right. That's a good.
And that's not something that I can override. So then you
okay.
got it. So you got to go to.
So you got to ship it over to
YouTube. Yeah.
So it's still there.
It's still out there.
So it is archived on YouTube. And if you go to YouTube and you'd like us and subscribe to us, that would be fantastic. Anything that can get our numbers up. We've pushed past or gotten close to 3,000 on last week's show with Isaiah Craig.
Yes,
so,
we are watching numbers.
Yes, we are watching numbers, and our advertisers hopefully are watching those numbers as well.
Yeah, we care.
And potential advertisers. So go to Facebook Live. You can see some of the past episodes up to 30 days. Then you can switch over and watch them on YouTube. If you're out and about and you've got your phone with you or something else that's internet-wise, you can go to WZOBradio.com, click the Listen Live button. You can listen to us there as well live. But any of those archive ways, any way that we can get you, we want to get you because we need more advertisers. Speaking of advertisers, we do have one full sponsorship, and that is with DeKalb Sportsman and Pawn, owned and operated by Bryan Jones. Locally owned and operated. As for all our local hunters, they're open weekdays 9 to 5, Saturdays 9 to 1. It's located North Fort Payne on Galt Avenue near the North Y. So you guys go down to DeKalb Sportsman and Pawn, and we've actually got a picture of Steve's buck that he killed with the ammo and the gun, right?
That's
Both the
correct.
ammo and the
They set
gun.
me all up. And for our liberal friends, it was self-defense.
It was. So Steve killed this buck with a gun and ammo from DeKalb Sportsman and Outdoors. So go see Bryan Jones up on the north end of town. You'll see him periodically throughout the show because we need more Bryan Joneses out there to sponsor the show. We need you guys to jump on board and let us build your business through Lunch with Bryan and Steve. So excited to have him on board with us. Now, what do we got going on today's show? We've got several items in the news.
You want to flip that back to Sportsman and Pawn?
Oh, yeah, we'll leave it up. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
there
We'll
you
leave it
go.
up for the segment. So other than when we show some of these videos. That
Yeah,
we
there
wanna
you
show.
go.
So we've got several sports, several things in the news. Most important for local Fort Payne is baseball team is in the playoffs.
Woohoo!
So the Fort Payne baseball team went undefeated in the area, which is no small accomplishment considering Southside is in our area. So went undefeated, hosting Muscle Shoals tomorrow night. Today's Thursday. Tomorrow will be Friday, April the 18th, at Wildcat Field. So excited about that. Any updates on anything going on, Holly? What
As
you
far
know
as
about baseball?
we will be covering it.
That is 2 out of 3.
Yes,
It
it'll
is.
be 2 on Friday, and if necessary, a game on Saturday. They try to get it done if they can. If it's a sweep, you can be done in one day. If it goes to game 3, you got to go to the second.
Yeah,
day.
our broadcast will begin at 4:45. We will have the Santa Fe baseball trivia question. So tune in for that.
I saw somebody on our feed for Lunch with Bryan and Steve trying to
My
answer
mother.
Was that your mom? Trying to answer what does Seattle Mariners have to do with Lunch with Bryan and Steve?
I think it was.
That gave me pause.
What the
And then
question?
I realized that's probably the answer to the
Yeah,
Santa Fe
it was
trivia
like
question.
who has never Major League Baseball team has never been to the World Series. That's
Is that the only one?
well, yes, and I think she was right. I think
that is right. I don't think the Mariners. The closest they came was Ken Griffey Jr. Right, or Ichiro. Ichiro had a good run there that almost got him there, and then Randy Johnson started at Seattle too. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
when he was only throwing 105 mile an hour.
so you do win something though. You win either a $25 gift certificate to Santa Fe or Vintage 1889, which donated Monday night. And anyway, so
yeah, big win Monday against Buckhorn. I talked with Coach Varnador. No, was it Monday?
yeah, Monday.
it was Monday.
Well, the first game we won,
Okay.
and the second game was Harry.
Yes.
Yeah.
I heard it was a little bit.
Well, we need our umps, but man, they can make you mad sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Steve doesn't know anything about that. Not on Friday nights, at least.
But we need our umps. Yeah, they were holding
lot of
out
holding going on
on
in
balls.
that
That's
baseball
what they were doing. But no, it was still a close game. It was 2-1, and had a chance to come back winning at the end. But guy called out at second that we thought maybe he wasn't out. And
Yeah. Well, and I spoke with Coach Varnador, and he just kind of talking through the Muscle Shoals game, and he thought that Buckhorn was going to present a lot of challenges, probably more challenges than Muscle Shoals. So the fact that they were able to handle business with Buckhorn and be very, very competitive, I think gives Fort Payne hope that tomorrow night they make a move on. And I'm not sure.
And if we could make our way back to Buckhorn, if we get far enough and they do too, we can make our way back. So.
I can't remember the last time. I remember Fort Payne played Springville a couple of years ago in the first round. Didn't make it out of that first round. I'm not sure.
That must have been before our time. I don't think that we have covered baseball playoff since I've been here.
Yeah, is that right?
So we've been covering them for 5 years, unless Tyler, which I didn't accompany Tyler when he was covering for us.
Yeah.
Springville's 5A now, I believe.
Oh, I know. Yeah, they're not even in the same classification. But I'm trying to think when the last time Fort Payne went to the second round in baseball. I can't remember. So just the fact that they've are as competitive as they are, I think there's a good chance that they could move on after tomorrow.
Well,
so y'all come out.
Yeah.
Support your
when
Wildcats.
Fort Payne was 3A, I remember playing Colbert County.
Yeah.
It's either the finals or semifinals, and Donnie Neely was pitching, and Waylon Miller and Carl Wright were excellent baseball players, and Lanny Holbrook, and Colbert County had a center fielder. I thought, man, boy, he covers ground, and his name was Ozzie Newsom.
Yes, he does. Covers a lot of ground, catches good footballs too for a long time.
We lost 4-3.
Wow, is that right?
That was before Holly was born, I'm sure. But
nah,
this was 70.
Close.
I'm a bicentennial baby.
Yeah, 72.
Okay, so yes, you were.
Yeah.
You got some other Fort Payne news that you had mentioned earlier, Steve. You want to?
Yeah, Fort Payne's next win on the football field.
Yeah.
Will be win number 600.
That's good.
We need to throw a party.
Yes.
We do.
Is that a birthday party? Would you have a birthday cake for that? Win number 600?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Coach Elmore, he wasn't really sharing my enthusiasm when I was talking to him. He said, yeah, I think so.
Has Coach Elmore really had much enthusiasm ever? The only time I ever see him get animated about anything is holding calls.
Well,
when the officials aren't making calls.
That can really get to you sometimes. I don't know what it is. It's just like, how blatant has it got to be before you file charges? But Fort Payne will be the 44th team in the state of Alabama to win 600 games, and there's been 590 teams to at least play at least 100 football games in the state of Alabama.
Okay.
So that's a big deal.
That is a big deal.
I think we should make T-shirts and have a cake.
That's right.
I think so.
Especially if it's the first game against Scottsboro.
Ooh,
yes, wouldn't that be a good
Yeah, we'll have to.
I'll do my happy dance in the press box. And then that'll be my last game.
You'll run over to the PA and make a special announcement.
Yeah, I say, Hank, I got something to say.
Yeah, Hank is doing the announcing at the baseball games now. He's doing a great job.
Branching out.
Yeah.
Hank,
We might just have
and
to
he
pull
calls
him
it.
in.
Hank Cobble. Yeah, we need to get him in studio
He
too.
said after the wind chill got over 20 below zero, he started enjoying doing the baseball games.
Yeah.
Early on, you know.
Yeah, it was chilly.
It's chilly.
Yeah.
So it is. For those of you, this is time sensitive, but this week is Easter week, a Holy Week for the Christian calendar, and so we had I didn't see you at the foot washing service we had last night at church.
I was not there.
You were not there.
I will be at the Monday, Thursday,
Yeah.
Monday, Thursday service tonight.
Monday, Thursday service
Yeah.
at church tonight. So
Yes.
I would have washed your feet last night.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm a little ticklish, and that would just.
Yeah, my husband doesn't like that
I gotta
either.
go.
yeah.
I gotta warm up to that.
Well, we had more than I thought. We had probably had 50, 60 folks there. So that was
That's good.
more than I thought would
I
be
think
there.
that's
You ever
our
been to
first
foot
one.
washing
No,
service, Holly?
I've never been in a Methodist church
I
that
didn't say
does
a
that kind
Methodist
of stuff.
church, a
Well,
foot
that's
washing-
Methodist, though,
No,
isn't it? The
it's not
Baptists don't
Methodist.
wash each other's feet.
We didn't write the Bible. We just believe it.
Well, I don't know that.
well, our
anyway,
pastor
it's-
actually-
It's
Yeah, he was talking
debatable.
about, and I can't disagree with what he said. He's talked about that the Methodists do sacraments, and the sacrament means Jesus did it and Jesus commanded it. So that's what the Lord's
Did he
Supper-
command us to wash each other's feet?
Well, he did. He actually did when he
Like
said, "Do."
literally?
Yes,
Okay.
when
So
to
you-
do unto others as I've done to you here in this. I
Yeah.
don't know the exact quote of the scripture,
Yeah,
but was,
but washing each other's feet. I mean, I was just say washing each other's feet back in that day. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it was something that servants actually did.
yes,
right. We don't do that now.
Well,
So what
well,
is
and
the?
that's why he wasn't hardlining.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, wash each other's feet. That's fine. But
And,
but like, so how does that
get
translate to
Steve preaching here in a minute.
today?
That's something
What's the
right
lowest
Yeah.
of the low that we can do for
Yeah,
each other?
right.
Yeah.
That is
SOS.
What's that?
the ministry to Steve.
Serving our Savior ministry. There we go.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
Yes.
calling out for help.
Well, he is.
Please shut her up.
Yeah, ironically, that is what we do.
In a strange twist, yes, he is calling out for help. So thankful for DeKalb Sportsman and Pawn sponsoring it. Speaking of SOS, I have no idea what that means. But segueing to DeKalb, because I'm trying to do one of Chris Dura's segues, which is not working right now. DeKalb Sportsman and Pawn, thank you guys for sponsoring this segment of Lunch with Bryan and Steve. We're going to be right back with more of the show right after this.
Stop treating your home like a storage bin. Make room for living with Wilson Storage. No matter the need or budget, Wilson Storage has the solution for you. They have gated standard units and climate control units. They have security cameras, alarms on every door, and 24-hour access. You can even rent or pay your bill online. Just go to wilsonstorage.com or call 256-845-1530. Wilson Storage is family owned and been serving our community since 1988. Wilson Storage in Fort Payne.
This is Bryan Jett, Superintendent for Fort Payne City Schools, and you're listening to Lunch with Bryan and Steve.
When you need to give something special, visit Tracy's in North Fort Payne. Beautiful floral arrangements, fresh or silk, stylish jewelry, scented candles and pampering products, cuddly stuffed animals, balloons, and candy. Tracy can help you put together the perfect gift and gourmet basket. Potted plants or hanging baskets with fresh spring flowers. At Tracy's, you're sure to find that unique gift that shows just how much you care. Tracy's is located at 2103 Galt Avenue in North Fort Payne. Open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 5 and Saturdays from 9 to noon. For every occasion, visit Tracy's full-service florist, personalized printing, and gifts.
Are we back? Okay, we are back. Lunch with Bryan and Steve. Bryan Northcutt, Steve Chambers in studio. And for the first time, I believe, My memory's not great. I think this is the first time we've got a doctor in the house. Is that right?
I think so.
Well, don't ask me to do CPR or anything like that.
Not that kind of doctor.
Oh, yeah, we need a different kind of doctor.
Dr. Brett Johnson and Jami Posey with the DeKalb County or is it economic?
That works.
That works. You got to talk
Depends on
slide up into the mic.
which side of town
Forgot
you're
to tell
from,
them
I
before
guess.
this.
That's right.
So Economic Development Association.
Authority.
Ooh, so you got
Authority.
authority.
Yeah.
Well, that's big. You're important. Aren't you?
That's
They
what
are
say.
important.
So you guys, real quick, for those who don't know what you guys do, we're fairly familiar with what that group does. What do you guys do in Fort Payne and DeKalb County?
To put it pretty simply, we try to promote DeKalb County as a destination for people trying to open businesses and create jobs.
Yep.
At the end of the day, that's what we want to do is create jobs mostly for our young people, for our children, give them opportunities so they don't have to go out of town, and then keep the jobs that are here, which is a big part of the work that what we do.
So is that who funds? How's that funded? What organization does that come from?
Well, like y'all look for sponsors.
Yeah.
No, the county, DeKalb County, supports us heavily. The TVA pays in lieu of taxes to all the counties it serves across North Alabama, and a portion of that goes to fund our operation in DeKalb County. The city of Fort Payne, some of the other cities are now contributing to make sure we maximize what we're doing for them, and several utilities are contributors. Our local power providers, our FTC, gas providers, water providers. So it's a conglomeration of everyone who really has a hand in the infrastructure and the growth of the county.
Okay. And now you are just you're pretty new to this job.
Yeah,
here
since
locally.
November.
Since November, and you moved here from
Gadsden.
Etowah County.
Yep, that's right.
Okay. So what brought you this direction?
Well, the opportunity, plus my wife's from Fort Payne, so that didn't hurt either.
And she's a teacher?
She is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where is she teaching?
She's at Wills Valley Elementary.
Okay.
Bless her heart.
She loves it.
That's a fun one.
Yeah, she's kindergarten this year, so that's been different for
I
her.
married a kindergarten teacher. I get put in time out a lot.
Yeah, wow, I've noticed that's happened to me too.
Yeah, see,
Does she take your popsicle sticks? I don't even know what that means.
we really need a dump button, Holly, or some kind of a delay that we can shut Steve off, because every now and then he'll.
That's right. That's right.
We haven't had to dump him yet, but we've come close. So tell us, what have you found as the biggest challenges here in Fort Payne? Not challenges, but what's been exciting about it? What's new? What was different than you thought it was going to be like?
Another word for challenge is opportunity, right?
That's
right. We see a lot of opportunity, but it's honestly right now there's so many municipalities in DeKalb County. There's now 17. The town of Kilpatrick incorporated recently.
Did they really?
They did.
Wow.
So they're putting together
I wonder
a
who the
town
mayor there's going to be.
There'll be another election in August, I guess. I don't know exactly. But so that many municipalities it has a lot of pros to it, but from an economic development standpoint, it means that we work with 17 mayors.
Yeah.
Multiply that by at least 5, and you got council members you're dealing with, of course, in our county commission and elected officials. So keeping everybody abreast of what we're doing, of what maybe needs to be done, and keeping us abreast of what they're doing, because every town government has its own vision, its own goals, and we want to be helpful in doing that. So that's an opportunity that we see that we could be more engaged across the county, and I'm looking forward to that.
So if I'm sitting down, if I'm the mayor of Kilpatrick, which is not going to happen, but if I am, and you're coming into my office, you and Jami coming in, what are we going to talk about? What am I going to ask from you? What are you going to help with? That kind of thing.
In smaller towns, we're talking about, my first question is, what is one thing you could have me bring to town that would grow your economy the way that your community wants to see it done?
Okay.
Sometimes we'd like a Dollar General.
Okay.
Sometimes it's
well, by golly, we can do that. I'll tell you that much.
But of course,
if they're clearing land, it's a Dollar General.
And yeah, we can keep them on speed dial. It's an easy lift. But then sometimes it's, hey, we need real high-paying jobs in our town, and then we start having conversations about what land is available, what buildings are available, and then infrastructure. I got to have all the details on the specs, which is Jamie's really good at making sure we have, so that when those people that are looking to do something in town call, we've got something to deliver. A lot of times we have a short timeline, and it's not something like, well, this town would love to have you, but it's going to take 10 years for them to find somewhere to put you.
Yeah.
We need to be working on somewhere to put them right now.
So Jami, what do you do? What's your day-to-day look like?
Well, it changes every day, so
Okay.
it's something new every day. But consistently, I handle building operations, accounting, payroll, payables, the budget, financials,
Okay.
but also website marketing.
A little everything.
Yeah, keeping the data, like you said, up to date. Just trying to stay on top of everything.
Yeah. So did you have him as a teacher?
I didn't. No.
You didn't?
No.
You didn't teach?
I don't think so.
Okay.
She didn't take engineering.
All right.
I don't-
Yeah, no, I didn't.
I got to get closer to my. Oh, it's my fault. My fault. Okay. All right. So we're gonna play a little game. It's called Off the Spine. You ready? We did it last week with our guests. This just means I'm gonna give you a word. We'll start with you, Jamie.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a word, and you tell me the first thing that pops in your head when I give you this word. It's gonna be very random. It's you. Here, I'll warm up with Steve.
Where's
All
that
right,
belt
well,
button?
yeah.
Here, I know it. I'll warm up with Steve here, it's just so you can catch on what we're doing. All right, you ready, Steve?
I'm
All right, so
ready.
here we go. Trade war.
China.
China. Okay. Lowe's.
Weekends.
Panama City. Oh, never mind. Excuse me. Never mind. Forget that one.
Seafood.
Sorry.
Seafood. We're going with seafood. I've been coached on that, and it's now seafood.
All right. Golf.
Boring.
Boring. Nick Saban.
Natties.
I forgot it. We did that last year. Okay, so that's the game. You got it? All right. You want to go first?
No, do Jamie.
Jamie
Go.
first. All right. You ready, Jamie?
All right.
Okay. VFW Fair.
Veterans.
Veterans. Okay. Springtime.
Flowers.
Flowers. Restaurant.
Olive Garden.
Okay. George Clooney.
Actor.
Okay. Fishing.
My favorite.
Okay.
Really?
Nick Saban.
Alabama.
Alabama. Okay. AI.
Computer.
Computer. Okay. You ready? We'll go with Brett now. There's no winner or loser. We just have fun.
right.
This is something to kind of
Did I
break
get
the
a
monotony.
hamburger for this or anything?
Can we get a hamburger? Well, we are have a story about Jeremy Pruitt, but that wasn't hamburgers in those sacks. You want that right?
You could buy hamburgers for what was in those sacks.
You could buy a lot of hamburgers.
Allegedly.
That's allegedly. So
I
yeah,
don't believe
let's
it,
cover
though.
that right now. Turn the volume down. Don't turn the volume up on this. So we got up here. I got a little story about. So Jeremy Pruitt's in the news. Local guy has been suing the NCAA. We need to try to get him on the air. That would be man. I tell you what, we'd have our views through the roof. Do you? Okay. Well, let's talk to him. So he sued the NCAA for I guess malicious. Well, do you know any of the details?
Well, I think Philip Fulmer made him a sacrificial lamb.
Okay.
For recruiting
Yeah.
violations.
So he supposedly, allegedly, reportedly was handing out sandwich bags from a local restaurant with lots of money in it, and then he was fired from Tennessee, and they fired him with cause, which, according to their lawyers, meant they didn't have to pay him the buyout. And so now he is suing the NCAA and University of Tennessee for all of that kind of money. Y'all familiar with that story? Y'all know anything
No,
about
yeah,
that?
I'm here for the first time, as
You're-
President Trump says. You're telling me this for the first time.
So anyway, but I was researching that because we'd kind of be bantering with our show prep stuff back and forth. Did you know this? I didn't realize it, and I thought about it, and I was like, I'm curious. He was fired on January 8th, 2021. Okay? January 8th, 2021. Do you know when NIL became like legally binding through the court system? It was July the 1st, 2021. No. 6 months later, what was going on there was completely normalized, and he got fired for that very reason.
They need to he needs to be
Rehired.
He's got a 6-year show clause, something like
Show
that.
cause, yeah.
6-year show clause, which means
He's a great coach, and he just
brilliant defensive mind. I mean, you go and look at all this stuff. Now the MTV stuff was kind of funny. Did you watch any of the Two-A-Day stuff? When that came through?
Yeah.
Jeremy Pruitt was on there.
he's a good guy. I hope he gets back coaching. I
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah, Two-A-Days was just rocking. We played Hoover when I was at Opelika. We would play Hoover, so we were in the middle of kind of all that. It was.
Did you ever watch?
Did you watch Two-A-Days? Remember that came out?
Yeah.
Y'all were in high school, right? Probably.
Yeah, I think so. Somewhere around there.
Fresh out, but
So anyway, that's another story. Are we to a break, Holly? Are we good?
Not yet.
Okay, so I got Dr. Brett Johnson. Dr. Brett Johnson, where's your doctorate from?
University of the Cumberlands in Williamsburg,
Okay,
Kentucky.
yeah. Well, good.
Yeah.
First doctor. What is it in?
Leadership.
Okay.
Yeah, and I actually concentrated in education. So I was with a school educational program called Liberty Learning Foundation at the time.
Okay.
And I said, well, I'll finish it up. When I was at the city of Gadsden, I finished it up. And
That looks good on the resume.
Yeah.
I was looking at your bio, and I was wondering, what is Pracademic?
Pracademic.
Pracademic.
Yeah.
Academic.
That's practitioner and academic. So I'm someone who works in public administration and economic development, and then I teach about it and research about it. So pracademic.
So I can't even pronounce it, much less.
Yeah, you did pretty good.
Yeah,
That was good. Yeah, I had no idea.
See, we are allowed to research this.
No, that's research. What's the fun in that? Why do you show prep? Just get in
It's
here.
just a synonym for Google.
I know Jami pretty well, but I had to research you.
All right, so off the spine with Dr. Brett Johnson. Here you go. Ready? Dishwasher.
Clean.
Talladega.
I'll roll Tide. I don't know why that came to mind.
Okay, that's okay. There's no right or wrong answer. Taylor Swift.
Oh, 1989.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Okay. Blink 182.
Drawing a blank.
I know they're a band.
Yeah,
That's
it's
all
been a
about
minute.
them. Okay. Great Britain.
UK.
UK. Christmas present.
Motorcycle.
Motorcycle. Fort Payne.
Jakeaway.
Jakeaway. Okay. That's random.
Yeah,
That's all right.
that fits.
RFK Jr.
Healthy.
Healthy. There you go. Pollen.
Not healthy.
Not healthy. Let's see. What else? That may be enough. Movie.
Captain America.
Captain America. That's good. All right. So you guys, we got to go to a break now, don't we, Holly?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with Dr. Brett Johnson and Jami Posey right after this with Lunch with Bryan and Steve.
DeKalb Fix-It Appliance Warehouse is a mouthful, so Terry and Bobby have decided to drop the fix-it and focus on giving you the best prices on new appliances. Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, Amana, LG, Samsung, GE, and more. Up to 75% off retail price on new scratched and dent appliances. And as your Electrolux and Frigidaire dealer, DeKalb Appliance Warehouse is passing on more savings to you with even more new in-box selections. Need a refrigerator? Come in today and shop our overstocked warehouse. You will not get a better deal anywhere. We guarantee to match or beat any price. In-house service available to all as well. Used appliances will now be available at our previous location on Godfrey Avenue, along with the same computer sales and repairs our customers have come to enjoy. The Cab Appliance Warehouse is open weekdays 9 to 5, Wednesdays and Saturdays 9 to 2, located on Airport Road in Fort Payne.
This is Robbie Coker with McNeese State Basketball, and you're listening to Lunch with Bryan and Steve on WZOB. Go Pokes.
Stop treating your home like a storage bin. Make room for living with Wilson Storage. No matter the need or budget, Wilson Storage has the solution for you. They have gated standard units and climate control units. They have security cameras, alarms on every door, and 24-hour access. You can even rent or pay your bill online. Just go to wilsonstorage.com or call 256-845-1530. Wilson Storage is family owned and been serving our community since 1988. Wilson Storage in Fort Payne.
Oh, I like that, Holly. We are back. Lunch with Bryan and Steve. Bryan Northcutt, Steve Chambers in studio with Dr. Brett Johnson and Jami Posey from DeKalb County Economic Development Authority.
So we're Crawford doing that?
Is that, yeah, that could be Paul. He plays about every instrument in the world. So, Steve, you want to hit the trivia question while they're here?
I do.
Steve is mesmerizing with these trivia questions.
Oh, yeah. Along with my rain gauge update.
And the bathroom remodel.
Yeah.
You say it with authority. Bathroom remodel.
We need a picture when it's done.
Yes.
Before and after.
Yeah, hopefully that'll be soon. It's spilled out into the carport now with steps and stuff. I wasn't.
My gracious.
Okay. But you need Michael Hughes. He's awesome. I'll tell you. If
Okay.
you need a contractor. Okay, Jami, this is more for you. Because Dr. Johnson. I don't know where where did you go to school? High school.
Big high school in Hoax Bluff, Alabama.
Hoax Bluff.
Hoax Bluff Eagle.
Yeah.
My daddy's a graduate.
Yeah.
Is that right?
It's weird.
Eagles.
A lot of us make it our way up here. I don't know.
The green and silver, maybe. Are they
What's that?
green and
white.
silver? Green and white.
Yeah.
Okay. What my age?
silver's in
white
there.
with silver.
Yeah, we got silver in there.
All right, trivia question.
All right, Miss Jamie. This is. I mean, you may know this, but I'd be surprised. I mean, because you didn't go to Fort Payne. In 2006, versus football game versus Etowah, who tied a state record for most kickoff returns for a touchdown in a single game, also broke the Fort Payne record for longest kickoff return for a touchdown. And how long was the longest kickoff return?
Ooh.
Golly, Steve.
Wow.
My gracious.
Well, you know it's got to be
man.
less than 100 because it'd be a touchback if it was 100.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure. Okay.
Well, I'm going to go with my husband, Randy Posey.
Wow.
The fastest man alive.
Fastest white guy ever saw. Sorry. Yeah, how long? He had one 80-yard return for a kickoff when they were trying to kick away from him. But before they knew better, he had a longer kickoff return. It's less, it's less than 100 and more than 90.
93.
98.
98. Wow.
Oh, man.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I was too busy cheering on the sideline.
Oh, that's what it was.
I didn't
Can't
count the
remember
yards.
what I had for breakfast, but I do remember that game. So,
all right. So,
you got it. Good for you.
There you
Awesome,
go. Good job.
awesome.
Well, is he still fast? Does he try to?
He told me he runs a 4.430 now.
Well, yeah, it used to be 4.3, I think. So,
Yeah.
probably 4.4 now.
Yeah.
But it's fun, though. He'll get out in the yard and race our boys, and they try to keep up with him.
How old are your sons?
9 and 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's lost a little bit. He's had lost a
Yeah.
little bit.
So we got
of
two
step.
receivers coming up.
There you go.
Maybe so, yeah.
So you guys had mentioned during the break that you guys are working on some things going on, and you wanted to talk about kind of some of the stuff happening, the newest of the new. Don't have any real breaking news, although we try to pull
If you
it out.
want to just write it down. No, we'll
Hold up a sign.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, as we were saying, all of the fun stuff we get to talk about is confidential, so we don't get to talk about it to everybody else already knows. But one of the things we're working on, we're excited about, is a countywide strategic economic plan.
Okay.
We, from the late 1800s, from the boom days to 100 years of being the sock capital of the world, to today, we're in a pretty good position relatively with our economy. It's diverse, got a lot of great jobs and employers here. But I want us to be ready for the next 20, 30 years and beyond. And so I've talked with our board and our team, and we're going to be rolling out a program of getting input from all the communities around DeKalb County, all the stakeholders about what we want to see, what our assets are, what our weaknesses are, and then what targets we want to go after in the various pockets of DeKalb County. It's a big county.
Yeah.
So that's what we're looking to do.
Okay. So,
Is it true that next to Jefferson County, DeKalb County has the most mileage of roads? If that makes sense.
that's a good trivia question.
That may be true. We'd ask Ben Luther. He would know.
I've been told after Jefferson County, it's DeKalb.
I've been told that we're behind Jefferson County and a lot of things like that. We just a lot of infrastructure and good or bad. It's
Well, we don't have Birmingham up here.
we don't have
so we're
Birmingham
behind.
tax base.
That would put us a little bit behind.
Now,
I'm surprised. I guess the mountain roads, maybe.
Yeah.
Just having all the country roads.
Baldwin County is the most square mileage.
Yeah.
But of course, it's a lot of. It takes half a day to leave Gulf Shores to get back home,
Yeah,
and you're
you
in
think-
Baldwin
you think when
County
you get
half
off-
the day.
When you
Yeah.
get off at that Highway 59, you think, well, I'm almost there. No,
Yeah.
you
You're
still
still in
got
Baldwin
you
County.
still got an hour before you're going to get down to the beach.
That's right.
So, you guys golf fans? Do you watch golf?
Not
Golf?
so much.
I enjoy
Anybody?
it when I take naps.
Yes, it is a good nap sport.
Background sound.
So I don't know if you guys are familiar, but Rory McIlroy,
Yeah.
who finally completed, we got a video of him finishing out his win at the Masters last weekend, which put him as only, did you know this, Steve, the sixth professional golfer to complete the career Grand Slam.
Wow.
Meaning he's won the PGA, the Masters, the U.S. Open, and the British Open. So he's only 6 guys in the history of golf have won all 4 of those championships.
Well, what's his rule on 21 quick traps? What I don't know. Now, my brother's a golf fan.
It's a down gap backer. Is that right?
That's right. My brother's a
down
big
block,
golfing fan. I am not.
Do what?
My brother's a big golf fan.
So he'd be watching. In this segment, he's really interested.
Yeah.
So it's been kind of controversial with all the different things going on. Are y'all familiar with the PGA Live controversy? Are y'all aware of all that? That all of these golf. Golly, this is all like this is just for me. This whole segment, the rest of this segment is going to be just about me. Holly, do you have any interest in golf?
No.
Okay. So anyway, Rory has been in kind of a feud with Bryson DeChambeau. Have you heard of Bryson DeChambeau? Anybody?
He played for the Knicks in the 70s, didn't he? No, that was DeBuscher. I'm sorry.
My gracious. All right. So anyway.
My dad will be very interested. Go ahead.
All right, Gary. So me and you right here. So we've been talking about the Masters. So Masters was this last weekend, which is by far one of the best. I mean, it's the premier golf tournament. This is really going to be just about me. It's the premier golf tournament in the world.
That's when the dogwoods are blooming.
Yeah.
The azaleas.
Augusta.
Augusta. There you go. Here we go. I've got something there. Okay, Mike. This is for you too. So the Masters, the first. It's always the weekend after March Madness, after the Final Four, because it used to be that what's his name, the guy that used to announce the Final Four. I can see his face right now. Whatever, he would go from the Final Four, and then he goes and does the Masters. And somebody's screaming at the radio right now because it's a very easy name. It's a very recognizable sports guy.
Jim Nantz.
Jim Nantz. That's it right there. And so anyway, so big tournament. But Live is the group that the Saudis have backed that Greg Norman started. And golf has always been about you make what you earn when you're on the course. So if you win a tournament, you make money. If you don't win a tournament, you don't make money.
Do they have to wear turbans?
The Saudis.
So Live started an organization where they started prepaying and putting players under contract, and they were picking off the best names in the PGA. And so they picked off Bryson G. I mean, they were paying like $100 million contracts, guaranteed $100 million, guaranteed. Showing up for a tournament, you just get paid just to show up. Now, if you win the tournament, you still get paid, but it's not as much. But they were guaranteeing money. So there was a big controversy between Liv and PGA. And Rory was a big advocate for the PGA Tour, and he was kind of in favor of shunning and getting rid of or kind of distancing himself from the Liv golfers. Well, him and Bryson end up playing in the last round. And Bryson is a character. Like, he is fun. Like, I got a video here. He's got a YouTube channel, and one of his thing is, can I break 50? Meaning, if you have a 2-man scramble, can I break 50? So this is him and John Daly, which was a very entertaining. And so they're
rib and wing diving.
So I know, no shoes. He tried to get rid of his alcohol, but he said, you know what, I can't do it, so I'll just drink.
See the beard?
Yes, that's
Was
John
that
Daly.
Aaron Rodgers with him? Seriously, was that Aaron Rodgers?
I don't know, but anyway, so they play a course, and they're trying to break 50 as a scramble. So 2-man scramble, they're trying to break 50. He does one with Tom Brady, does one with Matthew Stafford, and so this is one. Anyway, that's Bryson. He's very entertaining. So anyway, it was controversial, and so Rory went into the final round with his sports psychologist, and the advice he got was, you're not going to talk to Bryson at all. Like, you don't say a word to him the whole round. It was not meant to be intimidating. It was meant to keep him zeroed in on his round, and he won. So credit to him. But it's always been kind of, and golf has needed some spice since Tiger and Phil are really old now, and they were really competitive.
Tiger's old?
He's 50.
I know.
He's close enough to play in this. Isn't that something? That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know if you realize this, but we're in that category now. Steve. He's on up closer to Jack Nicklaus.
I've hit the ancient age.
But anyway, so it was fun. It's fun to watch. It's fun to have that kind of competition. I think golf needs something like that because it gets to be kind of stale. Yeah, very much. Like it's
that's
a good
my kind of golf.
It's
right
a good
there.
sport to take a nap to.
Yeah.
But when you see a Masters like that, it's really competitive. So anyway, you get brought. This show is kind of a you never know, and we're going to talk about anything. So. What are y'all interested in? Like, what do you do? I know you got boys, so you're going to the ballpark all the time.
Yeah. Right now we have baseball, so
there
that's
you go.
fun.
That's a blast. It's warm, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Well, it's
beautiful
warming
nights.
up. It's warming up.
These last couple nights have been cold.
Oh yeah, and of course they love fishing. I love fishing. We go camping. We have a camper.
Do you hunt?
So. No.
You don't hunt, just fish?
No, just fish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all have land that you fish on, or you just go? Okay.
Yeah, Weiss Lake. We're over there. And,
okay.
But
what's the biggest fish you ever caught?
This big.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, real big.
Last time you said it was like that.
This far from the shore.
Yeah. We like to go deep sea fishing, so I really have caught one.
Oh, now those are fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
those are fun trips. They get you out there. What do you do for fun? Doc?
Well, so I've got a 5-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old, and so I hang out with them.
You change diapers for fun.
That's right. Yeah, we play Nintendo, we play outside, but right now we're between sports because we're getting ready to move up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're still in Etowah County.
We
right
are,
now,
yeah, but we should be here in the next month or two.
Okay.
So you drive every day?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Well, that's not terrible.
That's not terrible.
No, that's not a bad. Listen,
people do it all the time.
People in Atlanta are laughing at that. Yeah. Birmingham,
I'm sure.
So that's it. You got you golf? Do you fish?
Well, up until last year, up until last year, it was read and write and get a PhD.
Okay,
so that took up so much time. So now raising kids and working, and that's.
So does anybody call you Doc? Like doctor?
Andy Parker does.
Yeah, just
at City Hall.
I would call you Doc all the time.
I like that.
I would have to make it.
It makes me think of Doc Seafood down at the beach.
Yes.
I'm thinking of that. Right now.
Yeah. I feel you.
That's good.
So nothing else. How are the boys doing in sports? They do all the sports like basketball, baseball, football.
Yeah, Fisher he plays baseball, soccer, basketball, flag football. Fowler, he just had his first season of soccer, and then now he's doing t-ball. So.
Okay. Well,
I'm sure he'll be into all of them as well.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, it's. Woo! I've got man. I'll tell you what. Next year, buddy, I've got 5. We got 5. So I've got golf. Sydney was supposed to play in the tournament today. Isaac's got a track meet. Lewis has got a baseball game. Jones and Isaac are trying out for basketball next week. Lewis is doing spring football for 7th grade. Eli's he's not quite there yet, so he's kind of doing a little bit of everything. But this is the most calm time of the day for me right now.
Yeah.
Like, this is actually chill. So this is
wow. This is the calm.
The work day.
That's the reason you want to do this.
That's right. That's the reason I like this radio show. Is it gets me away from
I
all-
knew there was something behind this.
But it is nuts. So it does transition. Whatever you think, like when people tell you when you get out of diapers, you actually get a raise. No, because the food takes over the diaper budget now. So the food budget at our house is ridiculous. It's crazy.
So I guess you have to travel with your job. She dumped me. Hey, you're not the first one.
Hey, that's a tease. That's a tease right there. We'll set that up for the next segment here at Lunch with Bryan and Steve with Dr. Brett Johnson and Jami Posey. We'll be right back after this.
With summer just around the corner, it's time to schedule your pool opening with Rawson Pools. With 30 years of experience installing, repairing, and maintaining pools, Rawson Pools is your best choice to keep that backyard getaway the envy of the neighborhood. And for all you who enjoy servicing your own pool, Rawson Pool has a supply store stocked with the highest quality products and materials to keep your pool ready for those hot summer days. Rawson Pool and Supply Store is located in Rainsville on Main Street next to Toke Restaurant. Rawson Pool and Supply Store, the pool professionals.
Do you need to declutter? Wish you could free up some valuable space at work or home? Helium Mini Storage has climate control units available, and all their units are gated for maximum protection. You can also store your stuff at home with their 4 Seasons or Max Steel storage buildings for sale. Just come by Helium Mini Storage on Galt Avenue in North Fort Payne. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. And while you're there, be sure to check out play sets for the kids. Store your stuff with Helium Mini Storage.
This is Chris Sturra, the voice of the Fort Payne Wildcats. You're listening to Lunch with Bryan and Steve. I'd love to join them, but some of us have real jobs to get to.
So long. Cheers. Adios. Bye, Felicia. Don't let the door hit you.
More and more people are saying goodbye to pests with Safe Solutions Plus LLC. And it's no wonder with their top-notch customer service, quality products, and lower prices. And now with their new website, it's never been easier to manage your pest control service with Safe Solutions Plus. Just visit sspestandtermite.com to view your billing details, make payments online, and review past services. Family owned and operated, Safe Solutions Plus is located at 934 Main Street West in Rainsville. Call 256-638-7378. Safe Solutions Plus, protecting homes and businesses one solution at a time.
Okay then. Bye.
Steve Chambers in studio, Dr. Brett Johnson and Jami Posey with the DeKalb County Economic Development Authority. Just as a quick reminder, go to our sponsor, DeKalb Sportsman and Pawn. Thank you, Bryan Jones, for being a sponsor with the show. We'd love for more of you guys to be sponsors. We're trying to get the word out of DeKalb County and Fort Payne and be a place where we can have some fun, kind of cut up, hear some serious stuff, talk some business with the Economic Authority, but also enjoy time together and get to know people in the community, not just what they do, but kind of get to know them as well. So, Steve, you had started before Holly so rudely cut you off with the bed music to ask a question.
I beg your pardon?
That's a radio term. Bed music. That's
Okay.
not that.
I'm still learning this business.
All right, so
do I need to leave?
Dump button. Okay, that's not quite the dump, but that's close enough. All right, go ahead, Steve. Ask the question. If you can remember it.
I can't remember what the question was. I know y'all travel. I remember talking to Jimmy Durham. I mean, he'd go to Germany and everywhere else, to find industry and people interested. I was just wondering if you've had a chance. I know y'all are fairly new to this. Jami, you've been this about 2 years, haven't you?
August will be 3 years.
3
so,
years.
yeah.
Okay. So if there's some of the more interesting places you've been able to travel to so far. And then I was going to ask the doctor here about, I know you've lived in Boaz and Gadsden, and then you previously mentioned you hadn't moved up here yet, but in the process, it's sort of comparing the differences in the towns.
Yeah, go ahead with the travel question.
Where you been?
Where's your favorite place to go?
Because Jami loves to talk.
Like business or family
with that.
vacation?
Yeah. Your business.
Well, in the summer, the EDAA, which is the Economic Development Association of Alabama, they have a summer conference, and it's always at the Grand Hotel in Point Clear.
Oh, that's a tough job.
Yeah,
That's brutal.
that's probably. But that's when all across
It's
the
really
state
learning.
get
It's
together.
like educational.
Yeah, so it's hanging out on the beach. We're not really on the beach. We're in the classroom, but
You're on the bay.
we're
that
with
place,
but we're with 500 economic developers across the state. So it's a really good opportunity to network and learn about what their practices are. But yeah, that place is beautiful, and that's probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we so far haven't gone out of country or anything like that with this work. Jimmy Durham always talked about Germany as a great place to go visit and recruit industry, and I agree with that. And actually, South Korea is becoming a hot target for a lot of communities in Alabama. So foreign direct investment with President Trump's work is really popular right now. They're looking at America, but that's, to be honest with you, Chattanooga, for me, and that's just up the road for everybody here, is a great place to visit in our world because we compete against the Southeast pretty much. And so that's where you're going to get a lot of the interest around the Chattanooga, Nashville, Atlanta. So,
what are you hearing, speaking of President Trump, with a lot of these things and these policies and this trade war that he's instituted and all kind of, what impact is that? Are y'all seeing an impact immediate from what y'all are doing?
Yeah, I mean, when I came in, as the election took place and he took office, our phones were buzzing off the hook. And we've got a lot of projects in the pipeline because of that, just the certainty of who's going to be president. Yeah. And then with the tariff news, actually it's a double-sided coin for us. A lot of those projects have actually kind of hit pause because of uncertainty. Yeah. We don't know exactly what the end game is going to be, so we're not going to risk millions of dollars until we know. But on the flip side, we're getting the calls from other companies from outside the country that are looking to get onshore immediately, and that's why we get those quick deadlines of tell me what property you have and all the specs. So,
yeah, we were talking about. You got anything else, Steve? I'm on.
I didn't answer one of your questions. I know.
Go ahead.
The
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Gadsden, Boaz.
Yeah.
Fort Payne.
Gadsden, Fort Payne, and Boaz are all different. I will say I enjoyed my time when I was in Boaz. I might get slaughtered for this, but there's a lot of.
It's all Fort Payne. Don't worry about it.
But in my view, so far,
Fort Payne's the best.
Fort Payne is great.
Yes.
But there's actually a lot of similarities in the culture and community in Boaz and Fort Payne.
Yeah.
High value on education, high value on hard work. Take care of everybody who's here. Take care of your neighbors and your friends and yourself. I see that similarity a lot. Gadsden's a bit different. It's more of an urban city, of course. It's got a deep industrial history as far as extremely large single entity industries, and they've all left, and that's kind of left a little bit of an economic and cultural shadow on the city, and they've been working hard to recover. Of course, I'm biased. I worked for the new mayor who has a strong vision before I came here, and I think that they're on the right path right now.
That Riverwalk.
Yeah, the Coosa Harbor development.
That's coming, right?
It's coming.
It's very similar to the Gunnersville one. They're going to do down.
Same developer.
Okay, that's right.
Where will that be located?
If you know, across from the mall on the riverside, right there.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
That's the best way to describe it.
It's going to be on the other side of the river.
On the river right there, but it's across the highway.
Okay, that's right. That's right. They're going to reroute 411.
Yes.
Of course, now we're talking Etowah County. That's not. This is Fort Payne. Sorry.
But it's all connected.
Well, we can do this on Little River, maybe.
Yeah.
You can't get down there, Steve. Not unless you want to hike.
Were you here when they used to have the lift that went down there?
No, I was. That was Canyonland, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, I didn't partake in Canyonland. I saw the remnants of it, but we never went down there. So we asked earlier, and you said you were a kind of a nerd on some of these things, but podcasts, since you're commuting an hour back and forth each day, I'm sure you're catching a lot. And one of the questions we ask our guests is, what do you listen to on podcasts? What's your favorite? Anything cool that you're up on right now?
From an entertainment standpoint, there's a podcast called Serial Usly, and it's about true crime.
Okay.
And so it's this young lady who basically recaps true crime stories, and she goes into detail and gives her opinion. And it's not scientific or anything. It's she doesn't necessarily have a background in it, but it's interesting to listen to. Just kind of these crazy things happening across the world. And then the other thing is there's a podcast where I don't even know the name of it now, but this guy he works with couples and kind of dissects their business plans. And so there are couples going into business, and he dissects it and kind of makes it better. And it's kind of like a Shark Tank type of a feel.
Huh. Okay.
But, yeah.
That's cool. I caught one, Holly, that this will raise your attention. This is one I found the other day. It's called Be Afraid. And I don't know that Christianity Today puts it out, but I think they endorse it. It is a guy who's a Christian who.
Go ahead.
I know. We're gonna have to dump you in a minute. But it's about movies that scare us and the intersection of that and faith. And so like
Poltergeist?
Like all of them.
Like The Chosen?
No. No, it's horror. It's like
Horror.
scary movies.
No scary.
Be Afraid and the
Halloween?
fear. Yeah, stuff like that.
Halloween.
So he has a guy. He has a guy. You're gonna. I don't know if you are believers or not, but anyway, this guy goes into and interviews his guy Scott Diedrichson, I think's his name. Have you heard of The Exorcism of Emily Rose and Sinister? And well, he produced both of those, actually a couple of others, and was heavily involved in some other horror films. He's kind of a horror director, and he's a Christian, which is very. And so they kind of talk through fear and horror and why it's there, and it's a bizarre interview. Like it's one of those where you go, okay, I can
sort of like this.
It's kind of bizarre. It's very much like this, but he's walking through like how you judgment houses, those old judgment houses that people used to do, in some of these movies where somebody dies and then they get sent to hell and then they come back and they become a Christian because they saw what hell was like. And he's like, there's not a whole lot of difference in a horror movie and that. And so it just kind of walks through when you look at, you look at romantic movies or comedies. They connect with our sensibilities, our senses as humans, our humor and love and anger and so horror is just the fear version of that. And so how can those be used to leverage? Yeah, I know it's weird. But I've been listening to that podcast.
In the hands of an angry dog.
There you go. Anyway,
That's a horror.
it was a bizarre. I caught it off of another podcast. It's one of those where you see one and then here's another one off of that, and it's been an interesting listen to. You got anything, Steve? You listening on podcasts? No,
not really.
No, Paul Feinbaum.
I've been off him 7-8 years, and I'm all the better for it. Yeah.
So you're not doing any podcasts, anything?
No. I like my quiet time.
What are
in
you
my
binge
car.
watching? You binge watch? I know you got to be binge watching. Nothing. Netflix.
I watch
her sons.
Bluey.
Bluey.
And,
Yes.
Anything Spider-Man. Right now, Pokemon.
SpongeBob.
Yeah, we gotta watch the Pokemon movie. And, all those.
I've been doing Righteous Gemstones. I just started that.
Oh,
Kind of
yeah.
behind
Who's
the
that?
eight ball.
That's
it's interesting coming off of what you just discussed, but it's oh gosh, it's got it was a Daniel Goodman or
I hadn't heard of that.
It's an older show, but there's a lot of TikTok videos with clips from it, and it's a parody making fun of the big mega churches.
Okay. Oh yeah. I do know what you're talking
it's
about.
kind of like how they make money off of it and stuff like that.
That's Hollywood love that.
It's entertaining. I'll put it that way.
Well, I'm gonna brag on these two just a second.
All right.
Jami, she was the Times Journal top 40 under 40.
Is that right?
Was that 2015?
Well, how do we?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Okay.
We got to should
Because I'm sure
introed
you're
with
still under
that.
40. And Dr. Brett was a 2019 young alumnus of the year at Jacksonville State University.
Hey,
Yeah.
go Cox.
Go Cox. That's
There
right.
we go. Well, we're right on the top of the hour. Holly, do we need to go on ahead and close it out?
Close it out.
Okay. Well, let me thank Dr. Brett Johnson and Jamie Posey for being with us on Lunch with Bryan and Steve. It was really fun. Thank you
Yeah,
guys.
thank y'all.
And you sure you can't tell us anything that's about
You can
the
break it
big
right
guy?
now as the bed music's playing and out, and then we got what's coming. No, I'm just
Stay tuned. Get excited.
That's
That's
right.
what I'll say.
Okay.
Thank you guys. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you for coming to the show.
Putting up
Thank
with
y'all.
us.
All right. We'll be right back with Lunch with Bryan and Steve after this.
My Supply is my hometown hardware store. At My Supply, I never have to wander aimlessly around the store looking for what I need. I know that when I walk through the door, I'm going to be greeted by a person and helped right away. So whether you're looking for plumbing, electrical, hand or power tools, welding supplies, standard or metric fasteners, or anything else to help with your home projects and repairs, shop My Supply on Godfrey Avenue in Northeast Fort Payne. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. My Supply, your hometown hardware store.
Hey, it's Chris Stewart, the voice of the Crimson Tide, and you're listening to Lunch with Bryan and Steve on WZOB Radio. Roll Tide.
Stop treating your home like a storage bin. Make room for living with Wilson Storage. No matter the need or budget, Wilson Storage has the solution for you. They have gated standard units and climate control units. They have security cameras, alarms on every door, and 24-hour access. You can even rent or pay your bill online. Just go to wilsonstorage.com or call 256-845-1530. Wilson Storage is family owned and been serving our community since 1988. Wilson Storage in Fort Payne.
This is WZOB Fort Payne, 100.9 FM and 1250 AM.
All right, we are back. Lunch with Bryan and Steve. I like that one, Holly. Let's put that back in the rotation. Make sure we want to thank Dr. Brett Johnson and Jamie Posey for being with us in studio for the first hour of Lunch with Bryan and Steve. This episode 7. Steve, can you believe it? 7 episodes we've done.
That wasn't on my bingo card. I thought she'd fire us after 4.
So this Easter week, Holy Week here in not in the United States. I was going to say here in Fort Payne.
Here in Alabama.
Here in Alabama,
Well,
it's
we
Holy
share it
Week.
with
I don't know
everyone.
where it is for you, but here in Alabama, it's Holy Week, but it's Holy Week for all of us. We had mentioned in the previous segment with Dr. Johnson and Jamie about podcasts, and I was going to mention one. Plus, we need to get rain gauge. Let's do rain gauge updates first, and I'm going to do this in just a second.
Okay.
Rain gauge update for the month of April.
For the month of April, we got 4.58 inches.
4.58. That was not much more than last week. It was like 4.35 last week.
Yeah,
right?
well, it's about, I think it was 0.13.
Okay.
More.
All right. We got any forecast for rain in the coming week? Do you know?
Sunday, late Sunday.
Big one? Is this going to be one that we got to wake up late at night?
Oh, it probably won't be any big deal.
No
but,
big deal.
You know, for clicks, they'll say chance of a tornado is 15%.
Unprecedented.
It's going to rain, okay?
Oh, since we are at the top of the hour, I need to mention this. Thank you for sponsors, DeKalb Sportsman and Pawn. Thank you guys for sponsoring Lunch with Bryan and Steve. If your business would like to advertise with us, please get in contact with Holly Allen at WZOB. You've got Holly Allen, Holly WZOB at gmail.com. We'd love to have you guys on board with us. DeKalb Sportsman and Pawn, sponsor of Lunch with Bryan and Steve. Thank you guys for sponsoring with us.
Would you like your Winston Churchill quote?
Yes, let's do a Winston Churchill quote.
Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak, and courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen.
Ooh. That's true.
That's deep.
Yeah,
That's
and
real deep.
humility.
So does that mean we need to just
from a teacher?
So we need to just sit here and be quiet for a minute?
No.
No.
Dead air's no.
Not on the radio.
Maybe not this particular time.
So I had mentioned, we talked about podcasts in the previous hour. So here's one. This is one of these things that I've been doing lately. And this is fascinating to me. I'm going to put him on screen. The guy's name's Gary Brecka. So if you you don't have to play the audio, just you can see him interviewing him and Dana White here. If you guys are familiar with Dana White, he owns the UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship. So if you're a UFC fan, Dana White is one of those guys. Well, Gary Brecka is a human biologist who worked with Dana White and got him healthy again. So last year I had some minor health issues that were coming up in my world. I went to the doctor and was having some ankle pain and thought, something is wrong. I've torn a ligament or I've done something to my ankle. And so I go in and see the nurse practitioner, and they take an x-ray, and they said, you look right here. If you look right here on your right here on your top of your foot, that's arthritis. And I'm like, what?
Wow.
Arthritis? Are you kidding me? Yeah. I am too young to be having arthritis. Wow. Well, during the summer, I also have some AFib kicking up, some atrial fibrillation that I had to get monitored. Then I went to a sleep doctor and found out I had sleep apnea.
You're getting old when you start talking about your ailments.
Isn't that funny? And so I was tanking. I'm like, man, this is not good. And so somewhere probably 3 or 4 months ago, a guy, and you'll know who the guy, I'll tell you off air who it is, introduced me to this guy, Gary Brecka. So this guy...
like personally?
No, just the idea of who he is and all this. So that's him interviewing Dana White. And Dana White was extremely unhealthy, and he credits Gary Brecka with, totally restoring his health and things like that. So he's a human biologist. He calls himself a biohacker, meaning he comes up with ways to make yourself healthier that don't cost any money. It's not
like drinking more water.
Yeah, drinking more water. But he goes, the rabbit hole is very deep.
Yeah.
And so I started watching him. I was checking out what all does he advocate and what the kinds of things that he does. And so he's very much into whole foods, no additives or preservatives, the whole RFK Jr. stuff. He's big into all of that stuff. He's big into hydration. He's got. Well, let me tell you his background. First, his background is. He worked for insurance companies, and his job was to take the files of potential insurance clients and run through them and project from their blood work, from their history, their medical history, when they would die. And he was extremely good at it. So the insurance company would take the folder of the person, give it to him. He would go, yeah, they're going to die in 10 years. And they could come back and go, well, we can't insure you. You're not insurable with us. Because he was so accurate, he could project down to 6 months when these people were going to die based on
health.
Well, they've got diabetes, they've got this, they've got this, they've got this. Well, over time, he got frustrated with that and said, you know what? I'm tired of projecting people's deaths.
Make it preventive.
Yeah. So he said, I know if they would just make these small changes to their diet, to their exercise, to their
They can
regimen.
prolong their life and get insurance.
That's right. They could prolong their life. And so he decided, he got out of that business and he started a health business where he counsels people, and he's got all these different hacks. So one of them, he's got his own podcast. It's The Ultimate Human. And he's a Christian. So a lot of the stuff he says, if God made it, it's good. If man made it, it's bad. He's big on getting into the sunlight, get your vitamin D from the sun. He's big on breath work, being outside, outdoors, exercising. So his 5, he's got one that I just listened to, 5 biohacks that don't cost you anything. And so they are the number one thing that he says, the number one thing relative to your health as a human being. You want to guess what it is? The
Drinking
number
more
one
water.
thing. Nope. The first thing.
Rest.
Yes, sleep. Sleep is the body's reboot button.
That's why we're all dying young.
Yeah, that's why, because there's no
'Cause
sleep.
We're so busy.
Well, since
Too
you've had
busy.
sleep apnea, do you have a CPAP machine?
I've not. I don't use it anymore because my sleep is so much better.
What?
That I don't have. I've gotten after doing these things and putting these into place. I don't take arthritis medicine. The Celebrex is gone. I don't take the heart medication. I am taking aspirin because my cardiologist said, "Listen, I'd like you to take a baby aspirin every day just for preventative sake." But I'm off all meds.
Wow,
and it is.
Bryan.
So with sleep things, so he's got all the. I mean, he's got it down to a science. So it's sleep.
Gotta have how much sleep a night?
7 hours minimum.
Uh-huh.
He says darken the room as black as you can get it. Put the temperature at 67 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Black as you can get it. No stimulus. Put your phone. Don't eat 2 hours before bedtime. Don't look on your phone an hour before bedtime.
Yeah, that blue light
That
is
blue
just
light, yeah.
terrible for us.
What about reading?
I think he didn't say anything about that. So I think
I
that's
usually
probably,
read before I go to bed.
I think that's probably okay.
As long as it's not on your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just, I'm 66. I turn pages.
So sleep, sunlight, breathing.
Sunlight, so get outside.
Get outside. He said if you can get outside first thing in the
much?
morning for
First
10 minutes, just get the sun on your face and that vitamin D, as much as you can be out in the sun getting vitamin D. That's God's way of regenerating your body and giving you energy.
Now, did
Okay.
you say breathing?
Breathing exercises. So I get out on my back
exercise.
porch every morning.
I can
and
see how that's important.
Do about 7 minutes of breathing where you're exercising your lungs in a
Okay.
very
Like deep.
yeah. He's
then-
big on stressing your
Like
body.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stress your body. So he's big on weights. He wears a weighted vest everywhere he goes. 10
Really?
to 12-pound weighted
Oh,
vest.
that's an interesting thought.
And he's got all this science behind everything. So it's breathing, it's sleep, it's sunlight, it's cold.
Cold. Oh, God.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
So first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is
Take
an
a cold shower?
8-minute cold shower.
Can't. You just lost me. You lost me. I can't do it. I can't do it.
8-minute
No.
cold shower. Now it is the first morning. Claire thought I was having a heart attack. I'm in there just swallowing.
Oh my gosh, 8 minutes.
But
Hey,
I've gotten out. But so I was
Okay.
listening to another podcast. A guy was talking about cold plunging. There is a
Yeah.
segment of your brain that is exercised, and that segment is doing things that are difficult. It builds a residual, or no, what is it I'm trying to say? It builds a
doing difficult things, so
doing
it doesn't
difficult-
have to be taking a cold shower. It can just be doing something difficult.
yeah, but it builds that muscle that allows you to do tough things and endure them.
Okay, so I see a lot of that cold thing, like people dipping in or I tried it out in Rainsville. Not going to name the place, but there is what is that called? That freeze thing.
Cryogenic?
Yes, where they
Yes.
stick
Yeah.
you in this tube
Same
and
thing.
and I did it, and I thought my legs. I thought I had because don't. So if you do it, don't put lotion on your legs.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
because
it'll freeze up,
it'll
yeah.
freeze up. Yeah. So anyway, I'll never do that
Martha
again.
takes all the covers
awful.
at night anyway. So, maybe
So that's your
that's my cold.
But it is supposed to boost your metabolism.
It is.
But you
That's-
have to do it
it's critical
regularly.
for weight loss.
Yes, that's why I
And
went.
there comes a point where you can drink too much water.
Yeah, there is.
You can.
You can overhydrate.
You can
yourself.
overhydrate. Yeah.
I don't know what point that is.
But you could go down the water rabbit trail. So he talks about hydrogenated water, which there's a company in town that needs to be a sponsor for us.
They
and I would
do.
a
I need to
plug
drop back by there
because that he's
the
big
alkaline,
on that. The alkaline
yeah.
and the hydrogenated water.
and he can talk your ear off about it too.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's he's really big on it. So
We need to have him in here.
so sleep, sunlight, breathing, cold, and fasting, intermittent fasting.
So how much intermittent fasting?
Well,
My husband's trying to get me to do that.
Well, we are doing it. Claire and I are doing it from the morning until nothing but black coffee. Which, by the way, for the first time in my life,
You're drinking
I'm
black
drinking coffee.
But it's got to be black. You can't have like
He encourages black
whipping
and
cream.
mold free. Mold free, no calories at all.
Does it matter
Mold
if it's
free.
caffeinated or decaffeinated?
Wait, mold
Mold free. Meaning the bitter taste that coffee normally has.
That's mold.
That's mold.
So do you need to like
can order it
grind your
online.
own beans?
I don't know about that. I guess you could.
Is
fresher
there
that
a
you can get it-
mold-free
There is
like
a certified,
disclaimer
yes,
on?
there is a certified mold free. Now you
Really?
we order ours on Amazon.
Okay.
But I'll drink some other stuff too.
I drink coffee, but 1 cup a day.
Yeah, he said
And
no
it's
more than
usually
2 cups.
Usually decaffeinated.
2 like real cups, as in measurements, or 2 of my big mugs.
I do 10 ounces.
That's a cup. That's a cup for me.
That's semantics, Holly. It's semantics now.
It's for real.
She's overanalyzing.
But it's.
I mean, 8 ounces, no more than 16 ounces.
I think he just says that there is a point at which
It's too much.
It's too much.
Yeah, there's
but
always
the caffeine. He's actually encouraging the caffeine, the antioxidants.
But no, like half and half or heavy whipping cream. Is that bad?
I'll do that some too, but he really encourages no calorie intake
Until
for 18 hours.
Right,
You have a
18.
6 hour eating window, and virtually pretty much, other than there's a lot of really good food that you can eat in that 6 hours and be full.
Like
12
meats,
to 6, mate, noon
fats,
to 6.
Noon to 6,
fatty
and then
foods, fatty and
it'll-
protein.
It drops. I mean, I'm down 15 pounds from the first of the year.
How's Claire doing?
She's getting there.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really good. But I feel the bottom line is I feel
Better.
a lot better.
Well, when you eat from 12 to
All right,
6,
send
it's
me
like
a
light
list.
lunch and then a regular supper? Or?
I pretty well can eat whatever I want now within boundaries. So there's some really healthy options that you can eat that are good for you and are filling and taste good.
Does
Sugars, I've got sugars, sodas, those kinds of things.
You gotta get those out.
But I'll have a sweet tea. I'll have a Diet Coke
every now and again?
every now and then. But
If you had those poppies or Olipop,
those are pretty good. Yeah, you can drink
it's
those.
45 calories and
those are
very
good.
little
Celsius is
carbs.
good. I'll drink a Celsius every now and then.
What about, does he say anything about the carnivore diet? Because I'm hearing really good things about that
You know,
too.
there's a misnomer. You actually need a ton of good fat.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and that the
Carnivore
carnivore,
diet.
the beef tallow, and there's
Yeah.
rabbit
Protein.
holes.
Protein's
Everybody,
a good
this is
thing.
a huge pop culture thing. Are you talking about
Yeah.
the cold plunges and all that stuff?
Cold plunges?
That's what you're talking. Well, the cryotherapy.
Oh, yeah, gosh. Yeah.
That's similar to a cold plunge. Cold plunge just means you dip down in a bucket of ice
water. I've
So you're not
seen
gonna eat a
women
hot
do
dog
that.
before a football broadcast?
You know, if that's the hardest, one of the hardest parts is those football broadcasts. The food that they put up there is not good food. And when you go out to eat, and so like last night we were eating at 7 because of church. We were at church, so I didn't get to eat till 7 o'clock.
Yeah,
and-
baseball season is just hard to be able to
But it's
eat
a
good
great.
foods.
Anyway, if you ever, Gary Brecka's his name, the Ultimate Human Podcast. He's got really simple, cool tips, and I've just taken one at a time, and I've slowly implemented them, and I feel great. I'm off all those medications. That's the other thing is when you're watching, like when you go to a cardiologist. So if you're in a cardiologist's office and you look around and you go, I can tell what a lot of these people's problem is.
Yeah.
Like if you drop 50 pounds.
Yeah, quit drinking the sodas.
We could solve a lot of this right now.
Right.
But that's something that you just don't hear in pop culture or in the medical community. It's
No, 'cause they
taking ownership.
Okay, never mind. I have my
Have to
opinions.
dump yourself. All right.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was free. That was fun talk.
Yeah, that was good.
We'll be right back. I don't know if Jessica's in the house yet.
She
But
is.
is she? Okay. We'll have her in studio right after this. Jessica Townsel with the Fort Payne Chamber of Commerce here on Lunch with Bryan and Steve.
Stop treating your home like a storage bin. Make room for living with Wilson Storage. No matter the need or budget, Wilson Storage has the solution for you. They have gated standard units and climate control units. They have security cameras, alarms on every door, and 24-hour access. You can even rent or pay your bill online. Just go to wilsonstorage.com or call 256-845-1530. Wilson Storage is family owned and been serving our community since 1988. Wilson Storage in Fort Payne.
This is Paul Crawford from The Locals, and you're listening to Lunch with Bryan and Steve on WZOB.
When you need to give something special, visit Tracy's in North Fort Payne. Beautiful floral arrangements, fresh or silk, stylish jewelry, scented candles and pampering products, cuddly stuffed animals, balloons, and candy. Tracy can help you put together the perfect gift and gourmet basket. Potted plants or hanging baskets with fresh spring flowers. At Tracy's, you're sure to find that unique gift that shows just how much you care. Tracy's is located at 2103 Galt Avenue in North Fort Payne. Open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 5 and Saturdays from 9 to noon. For every occasion, visit Tracy's full-service florist, personalized printing, and gifts.
All right, we are back. Lunch with Bryan and Steve. Bryan Northcutt, Steve Chambers in the house. Steve, how's the bathroom?
Pardon? Oh, the renovation. It's almost complete. Rainsville Glass that I can't mention their name.
Well, you just did. That's okay. They're good, sweet people. You're welcome.
They're coming down.
You're welcome.
They're coming Friday to put in the doors. They were coming Monday, but it's going to be Friday. And that should just about do it. Now it's spilled out into the carport with steps and a knee door and paint and stuff. But
Isn't that a blast? Golly.
our contractor's awesome. He's a one-man wrecking crew.
Yeah.
I can't say Michael Hughes on there, but if you need it,
You're welcome.
Contractor, he's awesome.
That's my look. Yeah, if you give it away for free,
yeah, we got
nobody will buy the cow. That's what my mother always said.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't going to sponsor.
Oh my goodness! Now Holly's got to dump herself. So, in case you haven't noticed, we got a new guest in studio here.
Yes, let's go to someone that's very knowledgeable about things.
Yeah, yes, very. Hopefully more than we are. Jessica Townsel with Fort Payne Chamber of Commerce. I always wanted to give you that nickname, was the Steve Chambers of Commerce. Since you know everything about Fort Payne and you got all this. By the way,
well, when you think of commerce, you think of money, and that wouldn't be me. I'm a poor retired teacher on a fixed income.
But if you want to know, but you think about Chamber of Commerce, it's the kind of the happenings, the knowing of the in and out of the community. And Steve, man, if we could do a podcast of the stuff that we can't say on the air, man, that would be that we would go viral with that one.
We find a lot more. We find out a lot more when we're off the air, don't we?
We get all kinds. Do you know who you had? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, never mind. Thank you. So Jessica Townsel with the Fort Payne Chamber of Commerce. Welcome in, Jessica. As you can tell, this is kind of a
fly by the seat of your pants when you are dealing with Bryan.
I'll fit right in then. Thanks for having me.
Good to have you with us. And so you are, I didn't know this, but you are related to one of our former guests, or sort of related, with Wayne Lyles, right?
Yes.
How does that happen?
He is my husband's uncle.
Your husband's uncle. Okay, so I didn't know.
What?
Okay. All those connections.
It's all, yes.
Everybody's connected
6 degrees
somehow.
of Kevin
That's
Bacon.
right.
I'm sure that Kevin Bacon's in there somewhere too.
That's right.
So tell us, you've been the chamber director for what, a year, 2 years?
I think 8 months.
8
now,
months,
so,
never mind. Okay,
yeah,
even
it's
quick.
felt about like 2 years, but yeah.
So what were you doing before, and how did you get this job?
I was working at the Alabama Cooperative Extension System. I was the administrative associate there. So if you're not familiar with what extension is, are you?
Is that power related?
No.
No. I don't know.
It's an educational outreach of Auburn University.
Okay.
And the
okay.
youth component of that is 4-H. So that's how I kind of try to.
I got you.
Most people will know 4-H, but
I know 4-H. What are the 4-H's, Steve? Go.
I don't know.
Horticulture's one, isn't it?
There are
Health.
actual 4-H's.
Health.
Oh, it's an actual 4-H.
Yeah, the 4-H's.
Health, humanity, heart.
Heart.
Is heart one?
Help us.
Head.
Homelessness.
Head, heart, health, and hands.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
I
See?
never knew what
This is
4-H
an educational
stood
show, by golly.
for.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can get
We're here
continuing
to
ed
serve
credits.
the community.
That's right. All right. So anyway, you were the 4-H in the extension, and then
And then this position opened up, and I went for it, and here I am.
There
That
you
was
go.
it.
now, are you glad you did?
I am. I love it. The thing I loved about being with Extension was getting to work with the community.
Yeah.
However, due to my role, I was indoors more than I wanted to be, and so this position has really allowed me to be able to get out and be more involved. So
Bunch of ribbons.
I love it. Yep.
Bunch of
That's
ribbon
right.
cuttings.
That's right.
If I looked at my notes, I would have known you'd been here since August.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I wouldn't look at notes anyway if I had them. So
Yeah.
I thought she was here for 2 years.
It said, you said it seemed like 2 years. It said you attended the Women in Business Luncheon, oversaw the Halloween block party, Christmas parade, annual awards banquet, and are you exhausted? That was my question. And
It's
that was
been
just the first
It has been a whirlwind.
couple of months, I guess.
Yes. Yeah.
I think what I would like to know, are you bringing the Follies back? Or not the Follies. Is it the Follies?
Yeah.
No, it's the
Follies.
Kudzu Follies.
Follies.
Are you bringing that back?
Which I had no idea what that was until people started asking me, and I'm like, "Is this a real thing?"
Yeah.
And I have
This
since,
is a conspiracy joke.
right. I have since watched videos,
Yeah.
and honestly, I'm open to it. To me, if people want to bring it back, it's been enough time that I think that it'd be good to do it.
When's the last time they had it?
Since before Jennifer, I believe.
No, I think she did it
1 year.
1 or 2.
So
Okay.
5, 6
But I
years?
think
What is
maybe around. I mean, COVID times is usually when we can just kind of
Yeah.
mark most things.
Okay.
But
Right.
Pre-COVID.
yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, who knows? I really did think about doing it this year, but then as you just mentioned,
Yeah, it seemed like you're a little busy.
I was like,
and
yeah,
you're just now getting
yeah.
your feet wet, so
yeah,
to speak.
yeah.
Got
So-
my headshot yesterday.
Did you like it?
Yeah, there we go. Claire picked number 4.
Okay, good deal.
They did headshots for the chamber members.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
So I got a real fancy picture. I should
Okay.
have put it up on the screen.
I
so
didn't know
you
what
could see
you
my-
were talking about.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're a member of the chamber.
Yes,
do we
you are.
do we need to come in for headshots?
Well, it was open, you know.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
was,
see,
Too
and
late
I'm
now.
I'm not even
Missed it, Holly.
paying attention.
You're
I'm
out.
too busy.
Well, where did you go to school?
I went to school at Hewitt Trustful.
Did you?
A Husky.
Okay.
Let's see. I went down there.
So where'd you meet your husband? At university?
No,
Uh-oh.
I met him at Bonnaroo, a music festival in Tennessee. Well, familiar with that?
Oh, I
It's
am.
kind of fuzzy to you. But
I think I met him
I
there.
woke up and we were married.
Yeah, it's a
Now,
modern
that could
day
happen
love
at Bonnaroo
story.
right there. If you... I made the mistake of driving down the interstate by Bonnaroo when it was going on, and buddy, boy, you could almost get a little tipsy just
Bonnaroo?
driving by on the interstate.
Little Bonnaroo driving by.
Well, we love going to see live music together, so it's just perfect
Cool.
that that's how we started. So, yeah.
So Boom Days is good for you guys.
Yeah,
Is that your style? Is that what's your jam on music? What's on your Spotify list?
You really couldn't everything. Everything imaginable. Well, maybe not as much
You
rap
heavy metal?
now.
You don't
but
do metal?
No,
You don't
not,
like rap?
I like classic rock, really.
I was
Do
about
you?
to say
80s?
what
There you go.
what decade?
Skinner?
I mean, I would say more like I don't know, Led Zeppelin is one of my favorite bands.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I like modern stuff. You know, a classic always like Dave Matthews Band. Those kind of
Yeah.
just. And then I like new stuff too.
Okay.
I'm a Swiftie, proud of it.
Oh, wow. That's fun.
So
Have you gone to a concert?
I've been to some, but I did not go to the Eras tour. It will be the sadness of my life. But
Oh, maybe you'll
So you're into the
overcome.
Illuminati then, right?
yeah, yeah. But
All-seeing
really, I
eye.
have a very broad
What year did you graduate? Now, there's a reason I'm asking this, other than being nosy.
2005.
2000. Okay. Well, let's see. 2014, I went down to Hewitt Trustful to their STEM program.
Okay.
Their engineering, and I forgot the guy's name, but he was over it, and he was great at it. Anyway, Hewitt Trustful was far. We were starting ours in Fort Payne in 2014, so we went down there for ideas, and it was really good. That's really my only Hewitt Trustful story.
I do tell people that when people think about Hewitt High School now, that's not where I went to school.
No, no.
It-
Yeah.
it
It's
was-
changed a lot.
Yeah.
We
it's-
were in the transitioning between being a county school to a city school, and it got real rough before it got a lot better. But now it's amazing.
You got to play Chalkville?
No,
Jensen?
I had
You went through all the way through
all
Hewitt?
yeah. I'm a Hewitt from the start to the end.
Well, okay.
So I had here's my Hewitt story, or my Trustful story, and this just happened last week. So my daughter and her friend, who are juniors in high school, went down to a Forrest Frank concert, which is a Christian rap artist, at the BJCC. And so I'm about to go to bed. This is Saturday night, and I'm about to go to bed. And I'm like, well, let me check in on where Sydney is. And so I see the cars moving outside the BJCC, and I'm like, okay, they're going. All right, so 59 right there, head up north, and you're here. Well, they go towards 65.
Oh,
which
no.
I'm like, uh-oh, okay. Well, maybe they're just going to get the interstate there and then loop onto 59, and we'll be good.
Oh, no.
Well, they missed the 59. So they're going south, south, south. I'm like, where are they going? They get off at the UAB exit. I'm thinking, okay, well, that's easy. Just turn around, get on 65 north, hit 59 north. You're good. Nope. Let's go through UAB's campus. This is 11 o'clock on a Saturday night. I'm like,
Was she lost?
I said, Sydney,
Where
hey,
are you?
baby, you're not going towards a good area. I know. We're getting back over to the interstate. I said, get on 31-280 right now and catch 59 and get up here. Okay, so I see them. They get to 280 on the map. They go under 280, and they start heading to Avondale. I'm like, hey, baby girl.
Don't you love Life 360?
I know it. I'd have just soon not known this, especially because I got the room blacked out, 67 degrees.
Just go to Ansley while you're at it. Okay?
Trying to be healthy.
Well, I told her that. I said, hey, why don't you loop around Legion Field just for good measure since you're hitting all the neighborhoods. They get over to Avondale. They go through Woodlawn. I said, sweetie, I called her. I said, get on the interstate. What are you doing?
What was she doing?
She just following the GPS. I said,
sometimes.
So then I'm thinking, all right, they get to 59, right, at Woodlawn. So
goodness.
what's the only thing that they got to make sure they do is take 59 and not 20.
And they took 20.
They took 20.
Oh, my word.
So now we're going down towards
Atlanta.
We're heading towards Atlanta.
My
I said, good night.
Was
girl.
Sydney driving?
No, her
Okay,
friend
so-
was, and I'm not going to call her friend's name out, but it's related to the former director.
Oh, I know. who he's talking
Okay,
about.
so now everyone knows.
So it's not Magellan.
No, it was not Magellan. And I said, just get to. So here's my point. Taking it back.
What was the
just
point?
get to Trustful.
What is the point?
Please, just get to
your
Trustful, and I can go to
story.
sleep. If you'll get to Trustful,
That's
'cause I
your
know-
It's a straight shot in there, definitely.
They finally made it. They finally hit 459 and then got off on. I was like, my gosh.
That's crazy.
That's one of those things where I wish I hadn't known. Like it'd been better just go to sleep, because then I was juiced for another 30 minutes.
Right.
And you can't eat because you're fasting.
That's right.
Intermittent fasting.
My intermittent fasting hadn't kicked in. Trying to go to sleep in a 67-degree room, and I said, just come wake me up and tell me you're home when you get here. So that's my trust.
Why didn't you let Claire handle it? I mean, she's up at that hour of night
Claire's
anyway.
not going to pay attention to that. Oh, she's fine. She's on her way this
The
way.
Lord is in control.
The Lord's in control. It's all providential. I'm like, sweetie, you are testing every ounce of faith I've got.
That's great.
17
Don't you
year old,
love
isn't
being the parent
Isn't
of
that fun?
teenagers?
So anyway, I am thankful for Life 360, but my goodness, that was a trip. Anyway,
I don't know whether I should ask this or not.
all right, go ahead.
Has foot traffic increased with the new sidewalks in downtown?
What about the overpass, City Pool?
Look, don't talk about that overpass, or else my eye twitch will come back. Look, I was coming
Don't worry,
through this
nobody
morning.
watches the show anyway.
I was coming through this morning and noticing people with a kid in a stroller on the sidewalks. And when I come on the weekends, I really feel like it has increased. And
I do too.
I mean, I know it's hard to overlook the cones and everything, but once they're gone and it's finished, this is going to be fantastic. So the chamber just got its new sidewalk, and we were just outside looking at it. I mean, it's like doubled the size. So very nice.
Yeah.
But especially for wheelchairs, strollers, things like that, those ramps were terrible before. I mean, they were a hazard. And so now people really have an easy. Yeah.
Holly, we ready for a break?
Yeah,
Yeah, we got to take a commercial break. So we'll be right back with Jessica Townsel with the Fort Payne Chamber of Commerce right over this on Lunch with Bryan and Steve.
DeKalb Fix-It Appliance Warehouse is a mouthful, so Terry and Bobby have decided to drop the Fix-It and focus on giving you the best prices on new appliances. Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, Amana, LG, Samsung, GE, and more. Up to 75% off retail price on new, scratched and dent appliances. And as your Electrolux and Frigidaire dealer, DeKalb Appliance Warehouse is passing on more savings to you with even more new in-box selections. Need a refrigerator? Come in today and shop our overstocked warehouse. You will not get a better deal anywhere. We guarantee to match or beat any price. In-house service available to all as well. Used appliances will now be available at our previous location on Godfrey Avenue, along with the same computer sales and repairs our customers have come to enjoy. The Cab Appliance Warehouse is open weekdays 9 to 5, Wednesdays and Saturdays 9 to 2, located on Airport Road in Fort Payne.
This is Robbie Coker with McNeese State Basketball, and you're listening to Lunch with Bryan and Steve on WZOB. Go Pokes.
Stop treating your home like a storage bin. Make room for living with Wilson Storage. No matter the need or budget, Wilson Storage has the solution for you. They have gated standard units and climate control units. They have security cameras, alarms on every door, and 24-hour access. You can even rent or pay your bill online. Just go to wilsonstorage.com or call 256-845-1530. Wilson Storage is family owned and been serving our community since 1988. Wilson Storage in Fort Payne.
We are on the air, Steve. Lunch with Bryan and Steve.
Forgive, man.
Forgive you. Lunch with Bryan and Steve here in studio. Jessica Townsel, Fort Payne Chamber of Commerce, who was just telling us that she's making everybody in the state of Alabama mad by having degrees from both major institutions. So, in that, or you don't have your Auburn one yet.
Not
You're
yet.
working on it.
I'm working on it.
So, went to Alabama in undergrad. And so, how long have you lived in the area here?
Just a little over 10 years.
Okay. So you're good enough.
I mean, so eventually I'm going to claim myself as a native. We'll see. But
well,
yeah.
you made it through the 7-year itch, so you didn't know. A lot of people get here from a big city, which we would call trustful. Oddly enough,
we would
call that the big city. We'd go, hey, you know what? I think I'm about ready to go back. But you've stayed, so I guess you like it here.
I'm here, yeah.
All right. Well, good. So we did want to mention, got news from Cindy Bynum just a few minutes ago that a lot of you know the story of Reese Colburn and all the health problems he's had for his entire life, and they have decided to send him home.
He's been in the hospital.
He's been in the hospital at Vanderbilt, and they have decided to send him home. He just graduated last year from Fort Payne High School. A big part of the community, the football team. He's a big avid. His dad played it at the University of Alabama a long time ago. Played with me at Fort Payne, and so just pray for them. This is not a good situation. And if you'll keep Reese Colburn in your prayers, and Jennifer and Roman and the rest of the family, just not a good situation. So we want to be sensitive to that and make mention of that. We want this program to be fun, but you know, when you get news like that, it kind of sobers you up. And this being Holy Week and Easter weekend, it definitely gives us hope for the future. We know where his eternity is. And just, if you don't mind, lift up a prayer this week for Reese. So anyway, back with Jessica Townsel. So being now the chamber director, seems like we do have a lot of ribbon cuttings going on. So a lot of new business. What's your feel for the economy, the local economy now with Fort Payne? I guess you've been doing this, you said 8 months. Mm-hmm. So not terribly long, but what are you noticing out there in the community?
I'm noticing that it feels like a lot of people are taking a lot more pride in what's going on around here. Mm-hmm. They want to bring in new businesses, make those businesses look the best that they can. And so I'm really excited for what the future holds. I had somebody come in not too long ago that was looking in the area to open a business, and mm-hmm. they were asking me, what's it like between the different businesses? Are they friendly? And I said, I'm telling you the truth, unless everybody's lying to me and I have no idea. But the businesses are so welcoming and supportive of each other, and I think that makes all the difference.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Steve, we got a trivia question for you. Steve always has trivia questions for our guests. So let's see your knowledge. Did you have to do, so I'm sure you had to do some kind of digging around the office and like information, like tell me about I got to learn the chamber. I've got to learn all about this thing. So Steve's going to ask a question related to that.
Yeah, it's probably hanging up on a plaque somewhere in your office or not. What year was the Fort Payne Chamber of Commerce chartered?
Chartered. Well, surprisingly enough, I know this. I do believe 1947.
Yeah, it was a warmer than usual year that year. Yeah, yes.
Good job.
1947 is a very good job.
Oh, is that a joke I don't get?
That's a joke because I was around in 1947.
Oh, okay.
I really wasn't, but don't miss it far. But yeah, 1947. So it's been strong for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So you said that there's good relationship amongst businesses. What do you feel like is your most important role as the chamber executive director to help facilitate or to grow awareness of businesses? How are you doing that?
Well, that's the interesting thing that I've been kind of figuring out is that each member really benefits in a different way from the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
So some, it's just advertising, kind of, letting people know what they've got going on. Some, they kind of need more of the education and advocacy part. Some just want to be involved in the network of businesses. So there's a lot of different ways that the chamber gets involved, and it's been interesting getting to know the different businesses and how they like to be interacting with the chamber.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we definitely need the advertising side of that for Lunch with Bryan and Steve. Advertise with us.
We can take care of that for you.
Yes, we can do that for you. We can advertise your business right here on the radio. Speaking of which, we've got DeKalb Sportsman and Pawn as one of our sponsors. We need more sponsors to keep on the air. Jessica Townsel with the Fort Payne Chamber of Commerce. So we got some questions here. Okay. This is not like Steve's questions.
Okay.
These are just going to be fun questions. We like to do random stuff. So this is a version of Off the Spine. Off the Spine is simply a word association game that we played. We played it with Brett and Jami earlier. It's similar to that. So this is going to be first response. You don't have time to think.
Gosh.
Okay.
I know. I hate these
the first thing I
too.
think.
Yeah.
I know,
all right. Some of them will be kind of easy factual.
We don't
things.
have a delay, so
Yeah. You have a potty mouth, so. All right, so I'm gonna start. We'll kind of ease into this. All right, you ready? Okay, so where did you grow up?
Trustful.
Okay, who do you text the most?
My husband.
What is your favorite food?
Tacos.
Okay, what word do you have the most or have a hard time pronouncing? You don't know.
She can't pronounce it. Or she can't
There used to be one I used to avoid, and now I can't tell you what it is. I've avoided it that long. So.
All right. What item is worth spending more money on? What's worth it? If you said it's more, well, yeah, but that's worth it for me to do that.
Oh gosh, my guilty pleasure would be like hair products.
Okay, hair
There you
products.
go.
Okay. What's your hidden talent? You got any?
Not that I would say. No, I don't know.
They're always on display.
That's right. How do you usually answer the telephone?
Hello.
Oh, that's it? That's kind of plain. Okay.
Yeah, plain.
Okay.
Standard.
Let's see.
How do you usually answer
This
this?
is Jessica Townsel with the Fort Payne Chamber of Commerce.
That's it.
Yeah, there you go.
What's your favorite Disney character?
The Little Mermaid.
Oh, there you go. That's old school. Taking it back.
Oh.
Okay. What's your favorite dessert?
Cheesecake.
Cheesecake. Ooh, that's good. Who's your best friend? Your husband.
My husband.
Oh,
It
isn't that
is.
sweet? Oh, that's so sweet.
cheesy.
Okay. Can you
the cheesecake?
name? Here you go, Holly. Here's your one. Name an onomatopoeia.
An onomatopoeia. Is that the things that sound the same?
I think it's words that sound like a buzz.
It's like
Oh, okay,
boom
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
sizzle or something
Sizzle.
like that.
I like that
Sizzle.
one. That's a good one. Okay.
Yeah, sizzle. I thought of that one first.
That's right. That's why I said it.
But onomatopoeia, don't you just love that word?
Right.
It just rolls off your
How
tongue.
often do you floss?
Like you got to.
Not every day.
Not
I
every
should.
day.
I try
Golly.
to. But
We need. If I could name a sponsor, but they'd have to sponsor the show first. What's the stupidest dare that you ever agreed to?
I don't know.
You don't know, Holly?
I don't think I do dares.
You don't do dares?
I guess none of
if
them
I
felt that
have, I
stupid.
don't. I don't.
What's your
wanna
favorite
say.
store?
Favorite store?
You don't have one? Favorite restaurant?
My favorite restaurant is J. Alexander's.
Oh, J. Alexander. I thought you said Jelly Sanders.
Jelly Sanders.
Jelly Sanders.
Is that a donut show? Let's go.
That's just my all-time
Sanders.
favorite.
Where is that?
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Well, it's because of where I grew up. It was closer. They have a Caesar salad. That's my favorite thing.
Mm.
Now I would like to say somebody local around here, but that'd get me in trouble. So
Yeah, you have to be
Unless they're
careful.
I'll go
sponsors.
outside of the area.
And we only mention sponsors on this show, so.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
Is your bed made right now?
No.
Of course not.
Nope.
Okay. Finish this phrase. The way to my heart is.
Don't let me get hungry. That's the way to my heart.
Through your stomach.
Through your stomach. I thought that's a man thing.
Yeah.
My husband knows that very well.
Okay. If you could change your first name, what would it be?
Something not as common, but not something crazy. I don't know. Whatever that would be.
Like Jessica. Just going back to last week.
Hey, I watched that. I was talking to my husband about that. I said, you know how they got that name, Jacoby? So
Kobe Bryant.
That's right.
I didn't know that.
Jacoby.
My kids are always like Zyrie because of Kyrie Irving, and Jacoby because of Kobe Bryant.
yes.
You got to respect.
By the way, if you ever look up Zimri
Yeah.
in the Bible, it's not a good story.
Oh,
It's
Lord.
like Damon or something.
Yeah, I was doing
or
my-
Dagon. It's like
Damien,
leaving Dagon.
Yeah.
You know.
If you could change your name, what would you do?
What would I do if I could change my name? What name would I?
Steve?
I don't know.
She changed it to Steve. Thanks, Holly.
What's my favorite girl name? I don't know. Something that's more could go either way.
Gender
You
bender
know,
name?
like Micah
I
or
like that
something like
too.
that.
Kelly?
No, because I know that can go either way, but more guy sounding. But
Brady.
no,
No.
I don't know.
My kids, I told my kids, we were talking grandparent names one day, and I said, I want to be John Cena is my grandparent name. Just picked a random name.
John
So now
Cena?
I'm getting called. I'm
John
going to end
Cena?
up getting called that for my granddad.
Hold on to that dream. It'll happen.
Just for fun. Because everybody's, Nana and Papa and
Lily.
Lily and Pee-Poo. Is that you?
I'm Lily.
You're Lily?
I did pick Lily. So
Where did you come up with that?
Polly?
Lily. Well, it actually I came up with it because I was looking up grandparents' names. Cherokee. The Cherokee name for a grandmother was Elise,
Ooh.
and I thought that was really
Elise's
pretty.
a good name.
Elise
You
is
should go
so
with
pretty.
Elise.
Okay.
That would be good.
But I thought they'll never be able to say Elise, so I said, "Ooh, Lee," and then
Have you thought of
Holly.
a grandparent name?
Anyway,
You
no.
Nope.
Are you even close to there?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Please, Lord, no.
Well, so
It's fun. You can take them back.
usually you
What's your
can't.
grandparent name?
Granddaddy.
Granddaddy?
Well,
That's
usually you
traditional.
don't get to
my
pick
grandson
it.
calls me Pawpaw.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't usually get to pick it.
I know.
Like the
That's
grandkids
correct, 'cause I
just
wouldn't
do.
pick Pawpaw.
Except that we lucked out
come on the wall.
and got a bonus grandson that was 7 or 6 years old.
Yeah.
And I said, my name is Lily.
There you go.
I'm your Lily. And so yes. Anyway,
I'm here, Lily.
I'm your Lily.
I'm your Lily.
And he said, yes, Lily.
Now Steve's going to start calling you that now. Hey, Lily.
I saw that in a movie like one
All right,
night.
so speaking of local stuff here, so we're going to see how local you are, Jessica. Are you familiar with this guy right here?
I am,
Have
yes.
have you met him yet?
I believe I have, yes.
What's his name, Holly? Do you know?
Barney.
Yeah.
I know that.
I think his actual name
Is Barney.
Is Barney.
Are you
yeah.
serious?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what they call it.
I don't recall his
Barney.
last
So-
name.
Barney Woods.
Barney
Oh,
Woods.
you're right. That is right.
Hey, I'll give a plug for it.
All right, go ahead.
The
Yeah, that's what-
Memories
that's-
of Mayberry are coming up first weekend in May.
Is that part of you?
And
Do you
out
do
in Valley
anything with
Head,
that?
do you do that?
Who
No?
does that?
I think it's Valley Head.
Oh, it's Oh, that's right.
Yes,
That's
in
right.
Valley Head.
That's a
That's
Valley
right.
It's
Head.
Valley
thing.
Head thing.
Do they have a chamber of commerce?
We need Brett. We need Brett back in here because that's a DeKalb County
Oh,
thing. She's
okay.
Fort Payne, so.
No, I'll take this time to say that's not true. We are Fort Payne Chamber. We cover anybody. Everyone's welcome. We have people
that's
from
right.
all
That's
over.
true. That's true. Yeah.
You work with the Rainsville Chamber a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'd love to do
anybody that needs
collaborations.
to. Yeah. that's
Yeah, there's
good.
no bad blood. We're friends.
Yeah, they're sweet people. Like
Yeah.
that
Okay,
too.
I think we are up for a break, Holly. Is
Yep,
that right?
we are. You're
okay,
right.
well, let's take one more break. Are you good to stay another segment? We can hang out and talk a little bit more. All right, we will be back with Jessica Townsel with the Fort Payne Chamber of Commerce right after this with Lunch with Bryan and Steve.
With summer just around the corner, it's time to schedule your pool opening with Rawson Pools. With 30 years of experience installing, repairing, and maintaining pools, Rawson Pools is your best choice to keep that backyard getaway the envy of the neighborhood. And for all you who enjoy servicing your own pool, Rawson Pool has a supply store stocked with the highest quality products and materials to keep your pool ready for those hot summer days. Rawson Pool and Supply Store is located in Rainsville on Main Street next to Toke Restaurant. Rawson Pool and Supply Store, the pool professionals.
Do you need to declutter? Wish you could free up some valuable space at work or home? Helium Mini Storage has climate control units available, and all their units are gated for maximum protection. You can also store your stuff at home with their Four Seasons or Max Steel storage buildings for sale. Just come by Helium Mini Storage on Galt Avenue in North Fort Payne. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. And while you're there, be sure to check out play sets for the kids. Store your stuff with Helium Mini Storage.
Hey, it's Chris Stewart, the voice of the Crimson Tide, and you're listening to Lunch with Bryan and Steve on WZOB Radio. Roll Tide.
So long. Cheers. Adios. Bye, Felicia. Don't let the door hit you.
More and more people are saying goodbye to pests with Safe Solutions Plus LLC. And it's no wonder with their top-notch customer service, quality products, and lower prices. And now with their new website, it's never been easier to manage your pest control service with Safe Solutions Plus. Just visit sspestandtermite.com to view your billing details, make payments online, and review past services. Family owned and operated, Safe Solutions Plus is located at 934 Main Street West in Rainsville. Call 256-638-7378. Safe Solutions Plus, protecting homes and businesses one solution at a time.
Okay then. Bye.
We are back. Bryan Northcutt, Steve Chambers. Lunch with Bryan and Steve. We're here talking with Jessica Townsel from the Fort Payne Chamber of Commerce. Random question. You got any good podcasts you're listening to? We like to ask our guests that. Any good ones out there?
I listen to a lot of true crime podcasts.
Do you really?
And I go through different, like where I'll be binging them and then I'll lay off for a little while. I also listen to like NPR to kind of figure out what's going on, and This American Life. I like that podcast.
Who's that? What is that?
It's in a public radio.
Okay.
But they just tell different stories about the American life, and it's interesting.
Okay.
So,
Are you a junkie, or do you just kind of browse around podcasts and then leave them for a while, or are you like, I got to get to this one, or the next one just dropped, I got to go?
I'll go through phases. That's what I'm saying, where I'll really be on it, and then I'll kind of just come back to it. But
okay. Mm-hmm. Well, you had mentioned you were answering a question. Steve asked a question off air about the involvement in the community and something. I forgot what you asked. Do you remember?
DeKalb County, just Fort Payne.
No.
We had talked about that.
Just being connected and recruiting businesses.
I said, I know you hadn't got to that point yet, but you'll probably be involved in the recruiting.
Yes.
I guess a lot of people naturally go to the Chamber of Commerce to ask. I'm no telling what kind of questions about the community if they're interested in relocating.
Oh yeah,
it's
that's
just
true.
a team effort.
They do.
It?
They want to know. They want to know about the other businesses. They want to know about the schools, about the crime, all of those kind of questions. Definitely, people coming in and asking. And then when it comes to the bigger recruitments, I always want to be involved in that conversation to let them know once they're here, they'll be supported from the chamber should they choose to be a member, which I hope they do. But so yeah, there's different.
The school system is top notch. I want to tell you.
Yes, my kids are in it. Very thankful.
He used to have when I used to teach at the high school, and
that's why it was top notch. He made it top notch.
We're just trying to maintain that. When teachers would come in from larger towns or almost anywhere, they say, God, this is like Mayberry around here. I said, well, it's probably not, but maybe comparatively speaking, but it's, it's a good place to raise a family.
That's exactly it. Yeah. My dad is from this area, so I spent my whole life visiting.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, he graduated from Sylvania. And
when
I was a teenager, I'd be like, I cannot imagine living here. I'm just being honest with you. Teenager being like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And now that I'm an adult, I'm just like so thankful that this is where I'm raising my children. So
when you help recruit a theater and a bowling alley and things, maybe.
That's right. That's right.
And then you can be mayor.
You are trying to bring the eye twitch for sure.
Speaking from somebody speaking from somebody who was born and raised here, I swore I'd never move back here, and then moved back 22 years later. So, and I love it here. And speaking of, and you can't be political, but we can. So May 6th, the tax vote. The VFW hall. Tax
continuation.
It's a continuation.
It's not a new tax.
So for anybody that wants to hear the truth of it, listen, I'm as small government and low tax as you can get. I mean, you can't. I will pinch a penny.
Thank you, Mr. Reagan.
That's right. I am not for any new taxes.
No new
taxes.
taxes.
This is not a new tax.
That's not Reagan.
So no, that was George Bush.
Bush.
That was George Bush. Yeah,
That's not W. Bush.
He said
That's H.
small,
Bush.
HW
small
Bush.
government was Reagan. Don't argue with me about President Reagan. You'll lose, baby.
No new
So
taxes.
that's right. That's what he said. No new taxes, and then he raised taxes.
But vote
which-
for it because
yeah.
it's not a new tax.
Okay, that's right. It's not a new tax. This is a continuation of an existing tax that has been there for 30 years. It just happens to be the year that it comes up for a renewal. This is not a new tax, and I know that it's just it'd be great for us to go out and support our schools, because if we don't, it's going to put the city on the hook for something that could really cost the city a lot.
So, conservatives and liberals can unite on this.
That's right.
Enjoy this.
And I know you're not allowed to say anything. You can't be political, but that
I mean,
you can be for that.
Yeah, for this, yeah.
Okay, that doesn't have anything to do.
I mean, this really feels cut and dry to me. So yeah.
Who are you endorsing in the mayor's race?
I know.
I don't know.
I think that's what she's talking about.
Not
Steve.
going there.
That's the one you can't do.
My bad.
That's why he's here. He's the comic relief.
And now I'm leaving.
You're definitely getting an eye twitch after this. So, what else we got going on? I don't. Anything else new? Can you announce any new businesses? Everybody, apparently, nobody else can. When we get a Marshall's,
I'm still not in the circle of trust.
Oh, you don't have that?
Double secret probation.
Yeah, I'm just trying to prove
Animal
myself. So no, I wish I could. But
you're just waiting for when the new business pops out.
That's right. I'm
and
here.
They become a
just
chamber member.
But I mean,
have you got Marshalls in the chamber now?
And I haven't talked to anybody from Marshalls, but we hope to do a ribbon cutting. That'd be fantastic.
Absolutely.
I can just say, in general, speaking about it, and now that I get to see a little bit behind the scenes, there is so much going on.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much hard work happening to bring things here that people want, and they don't realize it's already kind of in the works. People are really trying.
Yeah, those things of which we cannot speak.
Yes, those things of which we do not speak of. But
that's a good movie, by the way.
Harry
I'm very
Potter?
excited about it.
No,
Oh.
that's is that
The
is that
name
in Harry
and
Potter too?
the name.
I was thinking of The Village.
Shall remain
nameless or
Okay,
something
I was
like
thinking
that.
of The Village.
Oh,
Very,
that is
very
a
good.
great movie. Except
M. Night Shyamalan,
except it was kind of a letdown at the end.
Well,
I felt let
Sixth
down.
Sense was the walking dog.
Oh, it was. It was
that
like
one freaked everybody out.
no.
So you're still working on a theater then?
That's right.
before-
That's right.
My kids said, speaking of theater, there's a new M. Night Shyamalan out, isn't there?
Yeah,
what's it
with
called?
Josh Hartnett.
Take a toke?
Tooken.
No.
Oh, wait, trapped or
Trapped.
He was a
That's
math
it. I
teacher,
knew it was
not
a
an
T.
English teacher.
I knew it was a T and it was
Took.
past tense. Trapped.
Trapped.
Yeah. It's like Josh Hartnett and they're in a concert. I haven't seen it. Now
Okay.
he's one of my favorite directors, so
Old
Yeah.
was a letdown. I didn't like it.
it was interesting.
Yeah.
Did you like Old?
Not. I mean,
Do you know
I
who
don't
M. Night
know.
Shyamalan
It's
is?
it was one of those movies.
Seems like I don't know. Let's see.
How about Signs?
Play
You
with
would-
the cell.
Yeah.
Signs is good.
That's
It's
a
good.
great one.
Signs is
great.
It's
Signs is my probably. Yeah, now that I think about it, Signs is my favorite.
M. Night
Sixth Sense
Shyamalan.
is creepy. Signs was scary, like jump scare.
Yeah.
But the end was a real good tie together.
Oh
So,
yeah, it was really emotional,
Yeah, it was.
unexpectedly.
Yeah, I know it. I was like, it's all
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
baseball bat, and
Uh-huh.
so you hadn't seen it.
And the
Have you watched any
water,
of
the
this?
glasses of water.
Yeah.
Something about
The
that.
glasses of
yes.
water.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Just-
It's been a while.
Old lady in the was it the lady in the water? That was a
Uh-huh.
creepy one too.
I
wasn't
like
it?
that one.
Did you like that one?
I don't think I saw that one.
That's not really my genre.
You haven't
Obviously
watched it?
it
You
is
watched
mine.
Signs?
I did like watch Halloween. Does that count? 1978.
No, Lord.
Do you not know any M. Night Shyamalan where he has the twist in it and all that?
You don't like movies with a twist. At the end, it just kind
I don't mind
of
a
pulls the
twist,
rug
but
out
the
from
horror
underneath
stuff,
you.
I don't
So
care.
so Sixth Sense, you didn't watch it?
I did see that.
Okay, that's that whole twist at the end. That's his whole deal.
See, I'd
so.
consider him thriller, not horror. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree.
But on that podcast, they would consider him horror.
Really?
Yeah, just because of the fear factor in it. Like because of the fear in it, that's
Well,
that moves it
suspense
into
is kind of.
yeah, but thriller
fear
and
and
suspense,
suspense.
kind of.
I never made it through The Exorcist. I said, I don't
that
think
is
so.
creepy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Because
anyway,
that can really happen.
I have no idea. How did we get over here to M. Night Shyamalan?
You probably.
I know, but I don't even remember how we got
He
there.
who shall be
Remain
remembered.
that's it.
nameless, and I said Harry Potter,
bringing
and
it
there
all
it is.
back.
There it goes.
I'm not sure what it has to do with the Chamber of Commerce.
Movie theater. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I did say that on Halloween I'd love to decorate the chamber, like the Chamber of Secrets, like the Chamber of Success,
Ooh,
you know,
the
to play.
chamber.
Yeah.
You could get a deep voice, the chamber.
Yeah, if it came back to Main Street. So, but yeah.
So what was the Follies about? I remember seeing like it would be going on and stuff, and I'd catch a little room.
It's just local talent performing.
Or not talent. Making fools of themselves on stage.
Do you know Ben Charette?
Yeah.
Ben Charette and Ronnie Crabtree, this is a long time ago, did dressed up as the Blue Brothers.
Oh, okay. Blues Brothers?
Blues
Them
Brothers.
too?
Yeah.
My mother's done many a folly, and we
Was
would
it a
always
competition?
No.
Just for fun?
Skits. It's basically just little skits, and it's just people in town just being fun, just being fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun.
I think half of it went to the children's advocacy and half went to the chamber. I think that's how it worked.
What? Was she yelling at in there?
I don't know. She said yes. She said
there was a womanless beauty pageant once.
Oh gosh,
and then
those are a blast.
Well, you can't do that now.
They figured out.
No, it's not funny
this
anymore.
This can go really creepy now. So
I was at church in Auburn, a big church in Auburn, and some guys came out to do an announcement for the women's ministry, and they were men dressed up as women.
Oh, no.
And the pastor didn't like it, and everybody laughed and laughed and laughed.
They have their own church now.
Until the preacher came up, and he got in the microphone. I can assure you that I did not know about this announcement.
Yeah.
And then everybody who was laughing, the whole church that was laughing went.
Yeah. Well, there was a time when that kind of stuff was just funny.
Yeah.
But now you can't.
Yeah,
it's
weird.
not funny anymore. Yeah.
All right, we got to go to a quicker break this time, don't we? Hey, this has been fun.
we do.
Yeah,
you're welcome anytime. If you want to announce any major new businesses in Fort Payne, you're welcome to come do it right here on Live.
Right.
Yeah, we'll love to have you
back. As soon as I'm in the circle of trust,
right.
I will be.
Maybe your 1 year anniversary in August, you can do that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because we may be long gone by August.
That's true. We may not even be here next week.
Hey,
I'll
shut
come
up,
do an
boys. We
announcement,
will
then
be.
they'll say she's out.
When you do a
Messed up.
chamber bus up to Bonnaroo, and y'all go take up this.
Memories.
Thanks for coming on. We
Thank
enjoyed
you
having
for
you with us.
having me.
We'll be right back to wrap up our episode 7 of Lunch with Bryan and Steve right after this. Good job.
My Supply is my hometown hardware store. At My Supply, I never have to wander aimlessly around the store looking for what I need. I know that when I walk through the door, I'm going to be greeted by a person and helped right away. So whether you're looking for plumbing, electrical, hand or power tools, welding supplies, standard or metric fasteners, or anything else to help with your home projects and repairs, shop My Supply on Godfrey Avenue in Northeast Fort Payne. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. My Supply, your hometown hardware store.
This is Chris Sturra, the voice of the Fort Payne Wildcats. You're listening to Lunch with Bryan and Steve. I'd love to join them, but some of us have real jobs to get to.
Stop treating your home like a storage bin. Make room for living with Wilson Storage. No matter the need or budget, Wilson Storage has the solution for you. They have gated standard units and climate control units. They have security cameras, alarms on every door, and 24-hour access. You can even rent or pay your bill online. Just go to wilsonstorage.com or call 256-845-1530. Wilson Storage is family owned and been serving our community since 1988. Wilson Storage in Fort Payne.
This is WZOB Fort Payne, 100.9 FM and 1250 AM.
Your selection of these intro musics is fantastic. Don't change it a bit. Keep doing what you're doing.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, I thought today was good. What'd you think, Steve?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the top one, but it was pretty good. Today's show.
Oh, I thought it was great. I was very entertained.
Yeah, I thought we were informative, engaging.
I think the segment I liked the most was about the health thing.
Really?
That was very engaging to me.
Okay.
Well, I need that, I'm like pushing 50 and I'm showing it right around the midsection. And
I'm just now able where I can see my shoes again.
You have been losing weight. Have you been losing?
I have. I've lost 28 pounds.
I can tell.
Man,
good for
guys,
you.
Yeah, good for you, Steve.
Good for you, Holly says with Clint Steve.
Well, it's just, it seems like it's
walk
always
up those
easier.
Stadium steps. I think they add one every week.
Do you walk the stadium steps?
I don't like it.
Well, you know what? Hey, I'm more power to you.
That's
I'm not
good.
doing that.
Did you know in Blue Zone, Brecca was talking in Blue Zones that people who walk up steeper driveways to their house live longer than people who didn't walk up steeper driveways. Like in Blue Zone, Blue Zones, areas of the world where it's kind of primitive, but people live very long lives.
Blue zones.
It's that's for another day. We got to start wrapping the show up. I could get off on a whole nother
uneven
tangent.
terrain is better for you.
Yes, walking up a steeper driveway
will
will cause what actually produces longer life.
So basically, if you walk incline on a treadmill, maybe a few minutes a day.
So next week on Lunch with Bryan and Steve, we're going to go back to the and try this for a little bit to see how it works. Doing more segments of us talking and only one guest. So next week we're going to try that. The next 2 weeks, next week we're going to have Marshall Henderson, who is the pastor of First Baptist Church in Fort Payne, and
I'll
he's
try to behave then.
Do what?
I'll try to be on my best behavior.
Baptist in the house.
Baptist, Methodist, and one Prezi today.
One Prezi. So he'll be here next week. So we're going to have more segments with just us talking, and we can have kind of break down some of these things in the news and locally to Fort Payne, and then have Marshall in to talk and discuss a lot of different topics there. So he'll be here next week, and then the next week is Mark, right? Mark Malone.
The Stat Stud will be.
The Stat Stud will be in the house in 2 weeks.
David Malone.
So we're lining
soon
up those.
To be former
Sand Mountain
CEO
Electric.
of Sand Mountain Electric Co-op.
So that'll be fun. Those will be good interviews. We're excited to have you guys. Thank you for DeKalb Sports and Sportsman and Pawn.
And our other sponsors. We
and
do.
Our other sponsors,
the commercials during the breaks, they're also sponsors.
Yeah,
they're
please
just not a full.
Listen to those things. And we're so thankful for you guys. We would love for more of you guys to join with us. Just check out Facebook. Look on our views. We're getting a lot of views. A lot of people are watching us and seeing us, and we'd love to promote your business here on Lunch with Bryan and Steve. Steve, good job. Holly, good job. Cindy, thank you for all you're doing in there, and Tim with his work on getting the tech stuff together.
Tim.
Really good show, guys, and we'll be back next week, 11 to 1 on WZOB with Lunch with Bryan and Steve. We'll see you then.
See you then.